who is our first guest speaker, who is the Senior Vice President HR at Mahindra Automotive, Mumbai. We have some more dignitaries who have logged in there. Can we have your camera on?
My camera is on. Okay. All right. Hold on a minute.
Yes.
Yep. There I am.
So let me begin with online audience. This is informal, by the way. We are going to have a formal welcome session later. Up to 9:45, we are utilizing the opportunity to introduce one another. So we have Mr. Varadrai Pai, who is the Secretary for Manipal Academy of General Education. We have, sirs, call out your name if you can just wave your hands so that Mr. Indrajit Sen Gupta can recognize you. And we also have our second guest speaker, Mr. Ramdas Kamath, who has also logged in. So Ramdas ma'am, if you can if you can switch on your camera as well. So we have Mr. Varadrai Pai, we have Professor Gurudat Nayak, who is from TAPI Management Institute, who is also in charge of corporate engagement. We have CEO of Manipal Universal Technology Business Incubator, Dr. Santosh Rao, who in fact was our guest speaker last year to make the students aware of entrepreneurship and the various schemes that are available through central and state governments in their incubator. We have now on camera our second guest speaker, Mr. Ramdas Kamath, joining from Salalah, Oman. Good morning, sir. Who is also our old student, by the way. He graduated in 1980s, and since 40 years, he's been successfully driving a career in Oman. We have on camera Mr. Vasudev Pai, who is actually a rank-holding student from this college and a chartered accountant who works with a financial consulting firm in Bangalore called Radhi Advisors, who are into mergers and acquisitions and various other things. Now I'll go offline. As you can see in the camera, to your or rather screen's extreme left, Mr. Abhay Chandra Jain, who is the chairman of College Governing Council, who is and we have Mr. Sampath Samrajya.
Namaskara. Abhay Chandra Jain, told you na. Told you na. Idu. Okay. Full mada. Idu.
Sir, Dr. H.S. Ballard. Sir, Kendra.
Volume.
You can hear us? The dignitary who has just joined on screen is Pro-Chancellor of Manipal University, Dr. H.S. Ballard. Sir, can you hear us okay? Dr. Ballard?
Yeah, but the volume is a little low. I think you have to increase the volume a little bit.
Okay, we'll try to speak a bit louder.
Yeah.
Sir, my name is Sanjay, but I'm an old student of SMC who is collaborating with the college for this program. So as you can see on the screen, I just wanted to introduce you to our first guest speaker, Mr. Indrajit Sen Gupta, who is the Senior Vice President HR from Mahindra Automotive, Mumbai, who has joined virtually today.
Okay.
And Inder, if you can just wave, yes, who's folding his hands. We have a second guest speaker also who has joined from Oman, who is also our college's old student, Mr. Ramdas Kamath.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
And your own colleagues, sir, other VIPs, Mr. Varadrai Pai, sir, is here. Professor Gurudat Nayak from TAPI Management Institute is here. Dr. Santosh Rao, who is the CEO of
morning, sir.
MU.
Morning.
And we have some logins from old students of Mahavira College from various parts of India. And also we have a couple of logins from UAE. Dr. Rashid is here. Mr. Vasudev Pai, whose camera is on, who is a ranked student here. And after that, he has done his chartered accountancy and is working in Bangalore now with an advisory firm, is here. So like this, we have about 600 students and dignitaries, as you can see at one corner of your screen in the college auditorium. And we have various logins that have happened here. And I can see some more alumni, like senior people like Mr. Krishnananda Bhatt, etc. So it is 9:43 now. We are sharply starting at 9:45 with the prayer. And then I will take an opportunity to welcome you all. So please stand by. And, Joyce, if you want to come over, you can come in.
Sir.
I will share my screen. (9:44). Joylin will do it from here or there, where it's going. Ah, you have a mic. Oh, wow.
A delight.
9:45. Just give us 30 seconds.
Voltage.
Yes. A delightful morning to you all. Today, we explore how leadership skills not only shape our individual paths, but also contribute to positive change in our college and beyond. It's a pleasure to see so many students, faculty members, and esteemed guests here today. Your presence speaks volumes about our shared commitment to growth and excellence through effective leadership. Let us begin this special occasion with a song that uplifts our spirits and connects us on a deeper level. May I request Shreya and team to render the customary invocation, please?
फलदायकने नी फलदायका नीले विनायका नी फलदायका नीले विनायका फलदायक नीने विनायका मुक्ति फलदायकने विद्यारंभदि ಭಜಿಸುವೆ ನಿನ್ನನು ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಪುದೆ ಮಗೆ ವಿನಾಯಕ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಫಲದಾಯಕನೇ ಫಲದಾಯಕ ನೀನೇ ವಿನಾಯಕ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಫಲದಾಯಕನೇ.
Thank you, friends. Brightness and prosperity are the symbols of light. It is a positive force that removes darkness. I now invite Shri K. Abhay Chandra Jain, the chairman of SMC Governing Council, to light the lamp, and other dignitaries, Shri Sampath Samrajya, C.H. Abdul Ghaffar, Dr. Radhakrishna, Professor Ramesh Bhatt, Mr. Praveen Chaudhary, to please step forward for lighting the lamp. And I also request Sanjay Bhatt to please step forward for the lighting of the lamp.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दन दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दन दीपो हरतु मे पापम् सत्यादीपनमोऽस्तुते दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः
Thanks to everyone who participated in and attended the lighting this ceremony. It's my pleasure to invite Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, Managing Director of Mindful Consulting, Mangalore, and a proud alumnus of our college, to deliver the welcome address and to provide us with the context settings for today's proceedings. Please join me in giving a round of applause as we welcome Mr. Sanjay Bhatt. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Jalin, and everyone. Great pleasure. So let me begin with welcoming all the dignitaries, everyone formally first. So Mr. Indrajit Sen Gupta, Mr. Ramdas Kamath, I think Mr. Praveen Kumar Kalbav is also logged in, who is the president of CII local chapter, Professor Gurdat Nayak, Dr. Santosh Rao, distinguished alumni online and in the room. And I think we also have Dr. Anant Krishnan, who was our ex-speaker in 2021, the guest speaker who has joined. Some logins have taken place from MIT students. Dr. H.S. Ballal, Pro-Chancellor, Manipal University, Mr. Varadrai Pai, Secretary, Manipal Academy of General Education, Mr. Abhay Chandra Jain, sir, Sri Mahavira College trustees, governing council members, Dr. Radha Krishna sir, who is the principal of Degree College here, Professor Ramesh Bhatt sir, who is the principal of PU College and also Secretary of Old Students Association, teaching and non-teaching staff, Sri Mahavira College, and lastly and most importantly, all the students, very, very, very warm welcome to you all. Now, without much ado, I wanted to just share with you what is this all event about and why are we organizing this SMC Leadership Day? There are three reasons. The first one is obvious. One is I am an old student of Sri Mahavira College, so no surprises there. And we have a company called Mindful Consulting, and we are into digital marketing, content marketing, etc., mostly concentrating on healthcare. And around anniversary of our company, we normally organize one event in Mahavira College. So this is that occasion, on the occasion of our 7th anniversary. Second reason why we are doing this event is since my father, late K. Anandaram Bhatt, was the head of the department chemistry from 1968 to 89 in this college. So apart from being an old student, I've been visiting this college since I was a very small child of 2-3 years old. And have been attending the events. Those were the days when there was no TV, WhatsApp, Facebook. So we were heavily engaged in what was happening in college. And Mr. Ramdas Kamath, who is our second guest speaker today, was my childhood hero because he was so good with his comic timing and Tulu Natakas and all those things. So that is the second reason we are so connected to this college. Third, and a profound motive behind organizing this initiative is the unique essence of Sri Mahavira College, which stands out compared to most other institutions in this country, with its unwavering commitment since its inception 56 years ago to embrace every student who applies here without any cutoff scores and with no ulterior motives of gene pooling, IQ pooling, and all those things. And what sets this college remarkably apart from everyone else is its ability to shape diamonds out of every student that it faces. So we find that as a reason to celebrate that inclusivity, which SMC has cultivated over all these 5 decades, closer to 6 now, and the countless success stories it has shaped and inspired, whether it is the distinguished distinguished alumni such as the erstwhile Supreme Court judge and now Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh, Mr. Abdul Nazir, all globally acclaimed Bharatanatyam exponent Vasundhara Doraiswamy, or the current Speaker of Karnataka State Legislative Assembly, Mr. U.T. Khadar, all have passed out of this college. So this college has some magic recipe that shapes, students to wherever they go later in life. So makes us very connected, and also our aim to achieve through this SMC Leadership Day is to help the students who are largely in this college from rural and diverse backgrounds to unearth their hidden talents, unleash their leadership potentials, and learn from industry luminaries like those who have joined today. In that context, we are really privileged to have people like Mr. Indrajit Sen Gupta and Mr. Ramdas Kamath as our guest speaker, because at the level at which these people are, for example, Mr. Sen Gupta is Economic Times top 50 thought leaders of India, and people and institutions line up to get his time, including IIMs and IITs, and he has very graciously given us time today on a Saturday morning. So we are really indebted to you. And Mr. Ramdas Kamath, which is prawning 40 years illustrious career in Middle East, is otherwise so busy with the shaping and preserving Indian culture in the Middle East. He's so popular there, and he has found time on a working day today to talk to us, who both are poised to share their wisdom. We are really thankful to you. We are grateful to you. So let's, my dear students, shatter the boundaries that you think are confining you, and let's script a future filled with boundless opportunities. So every journey, like it begins with the first step, regardless where you are, who you are, here is your opportunity today. And we have also, launched a contest yesterday, which you may be aware. So please make notes from the guest lectures, and the best summaries will win prizes. So with this, let me end my 2 words. Joylin, over to you.
Thank you, sir, for the refreshing words of welcome and also for enriching our understandings and setting the stage for an engaging event ahead. It's now my distinct honor to invite the ever agile and enthusiastic VIP, Dr. H.S. Ballal, for the opening remarks. Dr. Ballal is the President of Academy of General Education, Manipal, and the Pro-Chancellor of Mahe, Manipal. His insights are sure to set the tone for our event today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, my dear MC. I am very happy to be part of this Sri Mahavira College Mudubidri Leadership Summit. I would like to thank the chairman of our Mahavira College Governing Council, my good friend. I always call him a politician with a difference, Sri Abhay Chandra Jain, who has just now inaugurated the program by lighting the lamp, and all the colleagues of our Governing Council, as well as trust members of Mahavira College Mudubidri. And also, I would like to congratulate the principal of Mudubidri Mahavira College, Radhakrishna Shetty, as well as the pre-university college principal Ramesh Bhatt, who happens to be the alumnus, old student of this great institution. And I would like to congratulate and thank Sanjay Bhatt, who has just now given an introduction about the purpose of having this leadership summit. He being an old student of Mahavira College takes a lot of interest, and he has enumerated 3 reasons why he is organizing this leadership summit. One, of course, is the anniversary of his company, and then in memory of his father, who was a chemistry of Mahavira College, and also the way the Mahavira College has been functioning for the last 50 years or so. So because of these three reasons, he is organizing this event. My congratulations, and I would like to thank him on behalf of all the members of Mahavira College who are in administration, including us who are in the leadership also. This is a very important gesture of him, and I am sure he will continue to do that in future on annual basis, and we will be more than happy to participate in this event. This is absolutely necessary, especially for our students. You know, Mudabidri caters to the needs of the rural people, especially. It's a rural area. Most of the students who are coming to join the Mahavira College are from rural areas. See, our country, about 70% of the people live in rural areas. So it's important. Our former president, Abdul Kalam, always used to say, if we are to become a developed country from a developing country, it is very important that we should bring the rural people into the mainstream, who are in large number, 70% or so. And the other important thing is, I see the crowd, I see more of girls than boys. I always say, he also always used to say, you must bring the girls into the mainstreams, women empowerment. And I have visited Mahavira College several times. The number of girls are almost same or maybe a little more than the boys, which is a very, very encouraging sign as far as the rural college is concerned. It is said, if you educate a boy, you will be educating one person, but if you educate a girl, you will be educating the entire community, family and community. All the more reason we have to see that the girls are brought into the mainstream and get educated. Because education is the best gift that you can give to the children. Nobody can snatch it from you. If parents give money or any other things, people can snatch it from you. But education is the best gift which nobody can snatch from you. So that's happening in Mahavira College, Mudubidri. Our founder, it's important that we should remember our founder, the late Dr. T.M.A. Pai. He was responsible for starting this college. He always used to say that there are three ills that are facing the society: illiteracy, ill health, and poverty. And he was of the opinion that if you take care of illiteracy and ill health, poverty will automatically go. That's the reason he has started educational institutions to take care of illiteracy through Academy of General Education, which was established in the year 1942. What he did was, he did that for SSLC failed students to provide them skills. Why you educate a boy or a girl? That is to see that they get jobs and so that they can take care of not only themselves but also their parents. Now today what's happening is most of the graduates, especially engineering graduates, are not able to get suitable employment commensurating with the qualification they possess. So this is not a good sign. And this is one of the reasons I'm sure Sanjay Bhatt will agree with me that the gap between industry and academia has to be bridged to prevent this underemployment or unemployment of graduates. So our founder started academy basically to provide skill training to the students so that they can get employed. Today, in the new education policy, they give a lot of importance for skill training, which is very important for the children who graduate to get employment. So illiteracy took care by starting this Academy of General Education in 1942. Then about ill health. So he started the first self-financing non-missionary medical college in this country in 1953 at Manipal, which was a barren hilltop then. And he started that with the public-private partnership model because we were under Madras province those days. Manipal was a barren hilltop, as I told you earlier, and it didn't have a hospital. As you all know, most of the training of medical curriculum happens in the hospital. We did not have a hospital. So the Madras government gave us the facility to utilize the government hospitals at Mangalore. Venlock Hospital is a general hospital, as well as Lady Goshen Hospital, which is Women's and Children Hospital, which we continue to use, this so-called PPP model, public-private partnership model, which we continue to use even today, though we have our own hospitals at Mangalore. Basically, to continue this PPP model, which is beneficial for the private party as well as the government. We give 52 seats to government of Karnataka at Mangalore, KMC, at their fees, so that poor meritorious students get admission to the medical school. As you all know, it is quite tough to get admission to medical schools, that to prestigious colleges like Kasturba Medical College, which we are facilitating at Mangalore, this PPP model. Today, Government of India wants to start a medical college in every district using the government hospital in PPP model. That's why I call my founder, the late Dr. T.M.A. Pai, a visionary who always used to think much ahead of his time. This PPP model, skill training, he thought of way back in 1950s, which Government of India is thinking of now, basically to solve unemployment, to get the people educated. So that's how Manipal started. So after that, he started all these graduate colleges, degree college, MGM, Mahatma Gandhi Memorial College was the first college to be started by Dr. T.M.A. Pai in 1949, followed by other colleges like Bhuvanendra College, Karkala, Sri Mahavira College, Mudbidri, Bandarkar College, Kundapura, Vijaya College, Mulki, and Sringeri. People today. The large, we have outbeaten China. But if you are to feed those people, then we are a poor country. But if you think of 2.8 billion hands to work, then we are a rich country. And not only that, we have an advantage of a young population. More than 60% of our population are below the age of 25 years. Young force. Our founder always used to say, the youth of today are going to be the leaders of our country tomorrow. And I consider them as the real wealth of the country. So we must utilize our youth properly by providing them good education, provide them good health care, so that they will become useful citizens and make our country a better place to live and a developed country in the near future. So all these measures our founder thought of way back in 1950s, and I am very happy that our country is progressing in the right direction, especially Udupi and undivided South Canara district. Udupi and Dakshina Kannada district, as far as the literacy rates are concerned, it is quite high, almost 100% next to our neighboring state of Kerala. And as far as the health indices are concerned also, like maternal mortality rate, that is pregnant women dying, or infant mortality rate, small children dying, it is very, very low comparable to the Western standards. All these are because of the education and health care that we are providing to our people of undivided South Kannada district, for which I once again would like to say that Dr. T.M.A. Pai, the founder of Manipal Group, is responsible for that, and it's important that we should remember him on this occasion. And as I said earlier, Sanjay Bhatt is doing an excellent work, because alma mater, he has never forgotten the alma mater. We always consider our old students as gold. You are more precious than gold. So we will always consider the real wealth of the institution. More and more of old students must come and participate in the development of their respective alma maters or institutions, because today, unlike when Madhav Pai started the colleges, today there are a lot of institutions coming up, so there is a lot of competition to get the students also. So we must innovate some new ideas, and also parents send the children to the educational institutions in the fond hope that they will get good employment after they finish the degree, so that they will not only take care of themselves, but take care of the parents also. But unless they get good employment, which is the most important thing, that's the reason why he has called two industry people, Indrajit Sen Gupta and Mr. P. Ramdas Kamath. I extend a warm welcome to them and thank both of them for agreeing to be part of this leadership summit. And I'm sure with their thought-provoking talks, our students will be enriched, not only students, the faculty also, and it will help go a long way in providing employment to our students who are joining the institution, that is Mahavira College. See, unless we provide proper jobs to the students who join, that will be a motivating factor for the parents to admit their children. So with these few words, ladies and gentlemen, I have great pleasure to be part of this Sri Mahavira College Leadership Day. And once again, I would like to thank Sanjay Bhatt for initiating this program. Continue to do this program in future as well. and from Mahi, Manipal Academy of Higher Education and Academy of General Education. Sri Mahavira College is a constituent institution of Academy of General Education. I wish this leadership seminar every success, and I thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to be part of this inaugural ceremony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for setting this stage with your insightful opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have with us a talented and accomplished personality, Mr. Indrajit Sen Gupta, who has not only made significant contributions in his field, but also serves as an inspiration to all of us. Now I request Ms. Pranamya of 3rd BCA, who will share insights about our esteemed guest and highlight his remarkable achievements.
Honorable President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, leadership is the capacity to change vision into reality. It is with immense pleasure and a deep sense of pride that I take this opportunity to introduce an individual whose impact in the realm of human resources and corporate leadership is truly noteworthy. Mr. Indrajit Sen Gupta, the Senior Vice President of HR at Mahindra Automotive Mumbai, exemplifies the essence of transformative leadership and progressive management. Mr. Indrajit Sen Gupta had his earlier education at DBMS English School, Jamshedpur, and graduated from Revansha College, Cuttack. He obtained his MBA in Human Resources from Xavier Institute of Social Service, Ranchi. In his professional career, he has served various multinationals, including GE, Mars Incorporated, Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, before joining Mahindra Group recently. With over 25 plus years of experience, he has led HR across many industries and geographies. Mr. Sen Gupta was recognized by Economic Times HR among the year 2022 top 50 HR thought leaders in India. At the heart of Mr. Sen Gupta's approach lies his ability to connect with individuals across, solve problems cross-functionally, and develop high-performing team culture. He is a certified John Maton executive coach and believes in empowering individuals and teams to surpass their potential. It's with a great pleasure I present Mr. Indrajit Sen Gupta to you all. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Pranamya, for presenting the honorable speaker, Mr. Indrajit, to the audience. Now, let's prepare ourselves for an enlightening journey into the realm of preparing for the skills that don't exist. I invite Mr. Indrajit Sen Gupta to share his thoughts with us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, everyone, and good morning. First of all, let me start by, congratulating all of you at Sri Mahavira College in Mudbidri. It's wonderful to see so many of you, and I wish I could be there in person. And I hope that at some point in time I will visit the college that my dear friend and colleague in Johnson & Johnson, Sanjay Bhatt, has been so gracious in inviting me to his alma mater. Sanjay and I go back a long way, and I'm so delighted to be part of your leadership day today. Dr. Balal, thank you for setting the context. It's wonderful to connect with you, and I hope to see you sometime in person as well. Mr. Vardharaya Pai, we also wanted to thank Mr. Abhay Chandra Jain, all dignitaries who are joining up, and of course my fellow speaker, Mr. P. Ramdas Kamath. Welcome to this session. I have tried to make this in a way that makes it easy for understanding what's happening around us, and as students, how do we prepare? And I'm so glad that I have this opportunity to present this to you. I've been doing this since 2017, and I've been very passionate on this subject. Every time that I present this, my slides more or less remain the same, but the contents inside the slides change quite dramatically. because that's the world that we live in, which is changing so fast. Uh, Pranamya, thank you so much for the introduction. I can tell you my mother will be very proud with so many things that you have already mentioned there. Um, the other important thing that I deliberately mentioned in the introduction, as you will see, uh, I don't come from a metro. I have grown up in smaller towns and cities. They're like Cuttack in Orissa, Jamshedpur in Jharkhand now, as well as Ranchi, which is in Jharkhand. These are not very big cities. Everybody knows each other, but these are great hubs for education. It has always been the same, just like what Manipal is, and that is one connect that I can very easily connect with. I have some personal memories of Moodvidri as well. I've been here many years ago, and I hope to come back to that place. It's a lovely place to come. And at that time, we were hiring students as trainees when I worked in GE from Mahe. So those are some of my other linkages that I have. So let me connect all of these things for you and talk a little bit about preparing for skills and jobs that may not exist today. So, Sanjay, can I just request you to move to the next slide, please? So, to set the context, there are some five, six trends that I think very closely are always there. It's not changing very dramatically. Much of the research that I've done comes from McKinsey reports, World Economic Forum, Institute of the Future, and of course, many things have changed from the time that we also experienced COVID. So whether we accept it today, and of course we are in a very unique situation with a 1.4 billion population, with a huge population of youth today, which is unlike any other country. Human healthcare is becoming more and more important because people are living longer and healthier lives today. If you think about it, in 1947, when we gained independence, um, the average age might have been about 37 or 39. I can't recollect the number, but it was pretty much under 40. It's almost doubled by the time we are in 2022. And this will continue, and you see more and more people living. Therefore, over a period of time, we expect that medicine, from being a generic one in the way it is treated, also becomes much more uh, personalized. So things that are very unique to us becomes a very important part, and therefore genomics in the future will play an even more important role than in the past. Similarly, with advancement of care, much of the things that we were getting at a hospital can actually be shifted to a home. So in many cases today, even when a patient is sick, need not go to the hospital, but the monitoring can be done from home because of so many advanced monitors that are coming in place. The backbone of many of these things is the telecom that we continue to use. And the telecom boom in the country has happened over the last 15 years, but it's tying up everything from entertainment to medicine to financial services. All of these are getting connected. Okay, next bullet, please. Much of this is also beyond telecom, happening from software. So today you have sensors all over the place. Okay, it could be you don't even get to understand, but they are all there. Today you have a refrigerator that can check as to what kind of food you have inside, and can connect with the store and order the food because it knows what's the pattern of your daily consumption. Very interesting. In our cars today, and today I'm part of a automotive company and a car manufacturing company. Much of the sensors actually help you understand what's happening around you. So you're driving a car, but you can understand that in front of you and on the side of you, blind spots that are there visually can be represented in front of you so that you know how to maneuver your car. There are gesture controls which can help you without touching anything, increase the volume as you are listening to music. It can help you change channels between the FM radios that you have. You can sit inside the car and figure out what's the tire pressure, and you don't have to go to a mechanic to find out that for you. This is leading to an unprecedented level of data analysis, something that never existed. And I'm just curious to know that so many of us today have a cell phone, just like this one that I have. It has more computing power than probably the time that man landed on the moon for the first time. So that's the kind of a journey that we have made with an opportunity to use software. Next bullet, please. In 2017, when I started making this presentation, we were talking about how to manage repeating activities and how do you get that automated. And there were tools, there were uh, additional softwares that were being procured, and we were doing this through different kinds of models. This could be like using a shared services in companies. These are things that you will hear about. I know some of these will be a little bit difficult for you to disconnect as students right now. But as you grow, you will keep hearing these things. But it is important to know how we are evolving. But cut to 2022, one of the single biggest things that happened was the entire rise of AI, and you have ChatGPT, which can pretty much replicate a lot of things. What it does not replicate, of course, is creativity. And creativity is something that no matter what keeps happening in the whole journey, creativity will continue to remain one of our strongest powers. I do not expect that AI will ever become as curious and as creative as we are. There are a lot of things that we are seeing which is appearing to be creative, but I still believe that it is not going to be so. But it does make a lot of our repeating activities very easily automated. It can teach us many things from many sources that we do not have access to at this point in time, and it is ending up in augmenting our human capabilities. With that, what I would usually take a month to accomplish, I could probably take no more than a couple of hours to accomplish. So that's the speed at which things can happen for us. Okay, next bullet. The other one which is changing extremely well, and probably we have seen many implications of this across multiple fields. It could be in politics. You would see that in the time of elections. You would see that in global politics, global negotiations. You can see that in our social media today, and many of you have a skill today that we did not have. And personally, as me, I'm learning some of that skill myself. Social media skills is something that all of you have adopted to. You have a skill that many generations before you do not have. And visual is a new vernacular. And what I mean by that is, English is the language of business, but I also want to ensure all of you know each one of us should be very proud of the language that we speak at home. Whether it is Kannada that you speak, whether it is Bengali that I speak at home, or Hindi that I speak with my friends, these are languages of a lot of power in an India context. And it's very important that we continue to use this to facilitate how we can make an impact on ourselves and the community around us. But adding to that language skill is also a visual as a vernacular, because today you can communicate many things with an emoji. And emoji is a new language. And if you think of it in that manner, just see the applications of it. You go to a supermarket and someone will say, give me some feedback, and it is in the form of some emojis. You go to Singapore and you're crossing the immigration line, it says, give me feedback, and you see some emojis. The application of visual as a vernacular is spreading immensely all throughout. And that's a new way in which our world is communicating with each other. Next bullet point. Okay. This is also impacting how companies like ours, where I work, is changing dramatically. From a time when everything used to be like a structure, you had a head of the department, below them, you had people like that. Today, we are working as a network. So technologies are actually helping us make it very easy and things that we did in a hierarchy can now be done in a network, actually collaborating with many people, because we have realized that everyone does not have a solution to everything. We bring different perspectives, we bring different knowledge and skills and so on, but we may not be the ultimate individuals who will find a solution to everything. And that's why making places flatter gives more opportunities for us to learn new things. And like I said, I'm using the social skills that we are building up, especially with the social media skills. It's helping enormously in having a human to human connect in a unprecedented way that we never had before. We are as professionals connected on a forum called LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn started many years ago. It was intended to bring groups together, communities together of professionals. You could be from anywhere in the world and connected today, and it is probably the one through which we do so many different transactions. I am finding candidates that I can hire in my company. I can look for vendor partners who can work with us because they bring skills. It is a single source of database that no other way can be created. Now, this model can be created in many ways. Humans have always worked in network, but the technology has really scaled up this in a way that we never saw before. So that's how companies are structured. Okay, next bullet point. This is, very simply, it is connecting us in a way that we never experienced the world before. I remember that when I first went to the US on a training program, it was a massive, massive thing because it was an opportunity nobody else used to have. But if you look at the last 10 years with the amount of tourism and travel that is now happening across the world, more and more people have experienced the US and all parts of the world than we could have ever thought about. It's easier to access, it's easier to learn, work can get done. We were all part of working for so many different companies during the time of COVID, and work never stopped, but we never left our homes. And this is an amazing thing that technology can do to us. And job creation, by the way, is incredibly happening in India. Our challenge is going to be to utilize the skills that we generate in India for the globe rather than the other way around. And I'm discovering more and more as I'm part of Mahindra as a group. It is a global multinational. The only difference that I have with my past employers is that this is a company which is based in India. All the other MNCs that I worked with had their roots somewhere in the US. That's the only difference. But it is as global as any other company can be. We have employees from all over the world working with us, and products that are sold across the world. We sell products in over 100 countries. So the ability to use talent out of India and skills out of India for the world has never been at this level ever before in our history. Okay, can we move to the next slide? So all of these things, as there are societal changes, as you can see, it is also about technology, whether it is telecom or whether it is chat GPT. There are hundreds of things which is happening around, which helps us make these connections become more real. And therefore, one of the skills that we have to think about and for all of us to make is how do we make sense of all of these things that is happening around us. So this is one way of looking at the world, the way I distilled it for you. There may be many different things that is happening to you in your personal life, and you have to make sense of it. So one of the things to focus on as a capability is how do you look at so many different things which is happening around you and make sense of it. Okay, it is not a skill that is taught in schools and colleges, but it's incredibly important for us to be able to create these connections because we have so much of access to technology and data. Next bullet point. This also means more social intelligence. Today, we are getting more and more connected to the world. How do you work with someone in the US or in Europe or in Sri Lanka can differ. Uh, the social intelligence which is brought about today is not just about how I see you on the screen, but it is also about getting a more deeper connect with each other, and how do you learn from each other in the absence of being physically in front of each other. We are used to a world where we were in front of each other, we could speak to each other, we could understand each other's gestures, which is continuing to be there. But the social intelligence is evolving, because now you have to make sense of each other's behavior patterns when you see each other on screen. Okay, that's the next important point to learn. Next bullet, please. There is a very important way in which you need to think about your and adapt your thinking. So make your thinking more solution focused rather than being very deep rooted in a rule based way. And I will, be provocative to say that we still continue to have education in a certain form of curriculum that is delivered to us, and that is how we believe that the basics are built. But as you grow in your life, uh, your ability to connect very different subjects together makes a lot of sense. For example, if you have learned about math, there are a lot of mathematical and statistical applications when you look at human behavior. Okay, you may or may not study human behavior, and you may be an expert in math or statistics, but your ability to cut across and use data sets and skills that you learn in one part and think about the application somewhere else in the form of a solution is going to be very important for you to pick up. Okay, next bullet point. This is what I think I've always learned when I look at the iPhone. Right from the time that you receive the iPhone and you open the box, everything seems to be very intuitive. The way the box opens up, the way the phone starts up, the way it transfers data from your old phone, the way you charge the phone. Today, of course, you can do it wirelessly. A lot of it is extremely intuitive. And I think the focus that, while it is an engineering product, we all know it, it's with a huge amount of software. And whether you use Android or whether you use Apple, it doesn't matter. The whole experience of using a phone is so incredible today, because it is set with certain design patterns that make it intuitive for us. Someone has studied our behavior in the way we would use a phone and made the phone exactly like that. And so, things that we will do in our own life, or that we do for other people, a great area of these would be impacted because of design. And I'll give you applications of that. In companies, we have a lot of policies that we have in how do you govern employee behavior and employee benefits. Much of that has been done with a very old thinking. And today we are using design as a mindset of creating policies. In the world of governance today, much of our public policies that need a lot of change need a lot of design thinking to be brought in, because it needs to be intuitive and helpful for people. We have youth, we also have a lot of old people in our society, those who are above the age of, let's say, 70. Many of the benefits that need to receive are not getting delivered to them because of the way our policies are designed. So there is a huge amount of opportunity for us to use design as a principle and then create outcomes that make a difference to everyone around us. Next bullet point. Therefore, my choice to all of you is think about literacy. And I'm glad that Dr. Balal spoke about how literacy is so important. But you also have to evolve literacy from just learning to thinking about literacy as how it crosses multiple disciplines. I draw a lot of inspiration from my father. He was a surgeon. He's no more. I lost him last year. He was an incredible inspiration for me because while he was a surgeon and a great surgeon, um, while he was in college, he would save money from his pocket money and buy books. And the collection of books that he has, that's the legacy which I have taken from him. is across multiple disciplines. It has books on psychology, it has books on English literature, Russian literature, there is books on ornithology, which is the study of birds. I never found him limiting himself to the domain that was his expertise area, which was surgery and medicine. He just, used every opportunity to learn from every source that he could. And that's not going to be part of a curriculum. That's part of a curriculum that each one of us will have to develop for ourselves. Next bullet point. Again, this is similar to social intelligence, but it's our ability to understand cultural nuances. When I worked in the Netherlands many years ago, it was very direct as a culture. So people would talk very directly with you. If you are in India, people talk very indirectly with you. You're supposed to pick up the message. There are times when your parents would talk about and give you a certain hint, but they won't be very direct with you. You're supposed to pick it up. As you work across multiple geographies, these are nuances that you will have to pick up, because everybody in the world, while they may be similar to us, are actually quite different from us because of the the cultural environment in which we are brought up. And this is something that we all have to be very curious about, either ask questions or observe people's behaviors, so that you can pick up these nuances, which is very important. Next one, please. Of course, like I said, I think you have the most important advantage today, where you have access to learning in ways that we never experienced. You have an ability to critically access content from just about anywhere. There are edtech startups which provide education, so it's not just a college, it's not just a physical college. You have sources in global universities, which is publishing online courses today, which is free. You have YouTube, which is a channel for communication, learning, and many things. So the way in which you can create uh, and consume content in a new media is something that all of you are already very lucky, because you are born with an environment which is nurturing these skills. So just make sure that you're also picking these skills with you, because you will go and work with people in the future who would not have these skills. There are many of us who have to learn these skills and pick it up, because we never had an environment like this before. Next one, please. And like I said, I think computational thinking, but when I want to distill this out for you as computational thinking, I don't just mean about your knowledge of computers or your knowledge of software. What I'm actually telling you is there are so many abstract concepts uh, that if you put data into it, gives you a certain sense of meaning. I'll give you an example of that, which is something that I was reading a few days ago. One of the things that I really appreciated in the beginning was the focus on inclusivity of Sri Mahavira College, the way you're bringing in students from everywhere, the focus on women. And I think many of these things that you spoke about, I wish many of our companies can replicate the kind of things that you're doing. And I really want to thank you for it and congratulate the management of the college for leading some of these things that many companies actually struggle to do. And one of the struggles for us in every company today is how do we get more women to come in? Because women come in at the early stages in their careers, they make their own choices in life. At some point, they drop off, and they might again come back. And what we found that over a period of time, if you study the data, you'll realize that in the beginning, there is a spike in women's employment, then it starts to dip, and again it comes back. And this is a lot of data from every type of source that we studied, and we realized that one probable hypothesis is that in the beginning, when there is a spike, and I'm including agricultural participation of women and so on, probably happening because there is a need for employment. There is a need to get over poverty. There is a need to feed the family. So everyone starts to contribute to it. So a lot of people come in. Now, as the situation improves, as the financial situation improves, which is actually happening in India, by the way, as the per capita GDP is going, is increasing further and further, life is becoming a little better. There is a chance that women drop off because things are now better. There is not a driving need for it. And then again, after some time, women will now want to start coming back to the workforce because now there is a personal achievement or a personal drive to accomplish something which will bring them back into the workforce. This is a hypothesis. There is a lot of data that is there which is talking about women and their employment rates. So the thinking that I'm trying to add to all of you is, how would you think about some of these very abstract data that you read about, you think about, and make sense of it in implications of how we would design the workforce for the future, is something that all of us today are working on. But I'm just giving you an example of what I mean when I'm talking about computational thinking. Next bullet, please. This is the most important one that I want to tell all of you. When you start to think about all of these things that we need to build up in ourselves, it has a tremendous amount of cognitive load on the brain. Okay. um, how do I filter the information? How do I make sense of this? It can really create a lot of burden on ourselves, and that is where I also want to encourage everyone: continue to have healthy working habits that you build as kids. As you keep growing, some of these habits die out. Our habits of getting up in the morning, going and playing sports, exercising, these are very important things for us in our mental health, in our physical well-being, in our spiritual well-being and mental well-being as well. And those are things that we have to be very conscious about doing for ourselves, because if we don't, you can see the amount of load that can come onto each one of us. Um, all of you would anyway have the pressure of studies, classes, you're preparing for the future, whether it goes into different streams. Um, be mindful of the fact that these are some of the strategies you have to create for yourself that will give you a lot of relief, as well as help you continue to stay true to who you are, and remain very fit and healthy, because this is going to be one thing very important for everyone. Okay, next one, please. And of course, last but not the least is virtual collaboration. I mean, this is what we are doing today. I don't see this as a talking session. I see this as a way of learning about you, learning about the college, learning about the students, learning about so many of my fellow speakers and dignitaries that I haven't met. And Sanjay is today playing the role of a collaboration agent, bringing all of us together on the same platform. This is another skill that all of us can think about building up. And like I said, all of these things that I brought to you is actually not taught in a school, and it is very very crucial that you think about it in a slightly different way to the curriculum that is there today, so that you can stay fit, healthy, but also start adopting these as you keep growing in your career. Next slide, please. So like I said, when you think about all of these things, there is no better time than today that you can be curious to learn. And what I'm trying to use this presentation with all of you is, there are certain skills you already have. There are skills that you will build in your education system. Um, Stay curious so that you can build more skills by actually connecting many things that is happening around you, and become more aware of the world around you. There is nothing called right and wrong. It's the context which drives a lot of our skill set. So with that, I wanted to thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate the time that you've given to me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm going to tell you a few things before I conclude of how you could build a skill. And this is pretty much uh, in the contest that I got the message from Sanjay, which is the SMC Leadership Day, the best summary contest, unleash your potential. And what it talks about is uh, think about top three lessons and what insights can you use it in your personal life. Okay, this is a skill that you can build right now, and it doesn't have to be right or wrong, like I said, but it's a skill is always a practice. It's like a muscle. How do you build a muscle is by lifting weights every day. Okay, the muscle starts to build up because you're practicing it. The day you stop, the muscle starts building. So a skill is exactly like that. So things that we spoke about today, and also what you're going to hear from Mr. Ramdas Kamath as well, is going to be about learning on the go and learning skills like this. So thinking, reflecting, and drawing out a lesson to be implemented right now is a skill. You will continue to hone this skill whether you're in college, whether you are in advanced studies, when you go and start working in a company. This is a skill that will always come of use. So here is an opportunity you can participate in and actually start building a skill from right now. Don't worry about the winner or whether I'm one or two or three or whatever. Practice it. Don't be afraid. Have the confidence. All of you should know that when I started my career, I probably would not have had as much confidence as I can see with all of you. So bring out what is best in you, and make sure that the learning for skills starts from today. Thank you very much. Sanjay, I had a couple of these questions that was given to me to answer. Would you like me to answer them now?
It's also,
Sanjay, I can't hear you.
yeah.
Thank you, sir. It is very kind of you for having ignited our minds. We are truly inspired by your knowledge. Now we are having the privilege of embarking on question and answer session. I hand over the floor to Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, who will moderate this pleasant task.
Thank you, Joylin. Yes, it is a pleasant task and a great talk. It was amazing as usual. I think a lot of new perspectives and having insights into the slides that you are going to present. We thought a contest will be an icing on the cake so that people can actually note down those points which you covered, which I hope has been done by many. So moving to the Q&A, and like you also mentioned, we ran a contest in which there were a lot of questions, and the local jury consisting of the teaching staff and the non-teaching staff in the college chose the top three questions. And those questions are a surprise to the winners also, because the winners don't know that they have won the prize. So as these questions appear on the screen, it'll be a surprise to them. And students, are you all ready to clap for the winners? I can't hear you. Are you ready to clap for the winners? Okay. Top three questions. The first questions, any guess? Who is the winner, boy or girl? Girls are saying girls, boys are not talking. So, any guess? Boys have given up? Can't hear. Let's see. So, the first question, how do you lead a team with no experience in job or business? One by Pranamya, third BCA. Inder, you want to share your perspective on this?
Sure. Pranamya, thank you for the question. Very delighted to have this question from you. I'll give a personal example of this, and I'm sure all of you will relate to many of these things. When I first joined the company on my first day, my boss told me that there was a problem that they had with income tax. And I'll give you a context of it. The company was a startup, it was part of General Electric, one of the best known names. And the income tax for that previous year had just been filed, which typically companies do, tax deducting at source. and it had to be submitted to the income tax department, which we had done. Nobody actually knew whether the amount was correct or not. Okay, and in a fast company which is growing, it's very difficult to figure out who should do what. So many people end up doing a lot of jobs. So my boss asked me saying, hey, I think you're pretty good at Excel, because that was a skill that I had built up. And it was my first or second day on the job, and he said, look, there is this problem that we have on the income tax side. Can you resolve this problem? Okay, so as usual, the first answer was, look, I don't know commerce. I have never studied commerce. I don't have a clue about income tax. Of course, when I was in college, I had a roommate who was in commerce, and the two of us used to exchange a lot of notes on taxation and so on. But my interest in taxation at that time was not because I was interested in taxes. It was just because I saw it very interestingly about how does income generate, why do you tax it, how does that income get brought back for doing things for the community, and how the government would invest and so on. So it was from that point of view. It was never from learning tax or learning commerce. And he said, well, this is the assignment. You have about 3 or 4 days to learn, and why don't you come and give me what the outcome would be. And I was scared about it, and I said, look, what if I go wrong? And his answer was to me, which was very inspiring actually, is there is always a cost of learning. Right? And so I had 3 days, and of course, in the vast realm of income tax, the employee income tax portion is very small, but it is quite complex. But in 3 days, I got help from some of my friends in the tax department, some of the people in the finance department, a couple of people who were actually in the IT team, who had done some bit of simulation and modeling, and they were trying to create an application about how to actually go about making this system work for us. And so when you think about it as an assignment, it was 3 days of learning, 2 days of actually reconciling whatever we had. And like it or not, we discovered that we had deposited in those days 1.5 lakh more that we had to now file for as a refund. Okay? Now, when you think about it, that's the kind of an example I'll give you, is because it happens to us without even knowing this. And therefore, don't assume that you need the experience of everything when you get you know certain things and you don't know many things, but the ability to learn on the go and get resources who can help you do it will be your ability to lead a team. You don't have to necessarily come with a qualification to lead a team. Leadership is not a position. Leadership is a skill. And therefore, Pranamya, focus on leadership as a skill, and don't worry about whether you had prior experience of leading a team or a job or a business. It doesn't matter. Our skills become fungible. I have worked across multiple industry segments, never knowing that sector, and I have had to learn. I'm learning about automotive today, which I have no clue about, but I'm learning that fast, and I'm coming up to speed, and all of you will do the same. Thank you for the question.
Thank you. In the great answer, yes, attitude and skill more than the position, that makes everything possible. So, students, second winner, science, arts, or commerce? Any guesses? Science, arts, commerce. Commerce, arts, science. Let's see. Okay. So that's arts. Big hand from arts and big hands for arts. So that's Swati from third BA. Does failure help students to achieve success? Is failure important or not?
Thank you, Swati, for the question. We are all a product of failures and success, whichever way you look at it. Okay. If you think of success, then you accomplish something. Okay. If you think of it as a failure, as you accomplish nothing, then that is wrong, because you at least learned what does not work. So in my view, failure is part of what we keep learning every day from. Every day that we do many things, some work up to a point and some don't work up to a point. Okay, but it doesn't have to be thought about in the form of a failure or a success. And just think about what the ISRO scientists have recently accomplished with Chandrayaan 3. In 2019, the program failed. Okay, uh, fine, it failed, but in 3 years' time, the rover is on the moon. It's the ability to actually be resilient and jump back from what you think of a failure, for me, is way more important than the failure itself. So think about it like that.
Fantastic, Inder, and Chandrayaan example was very, very apt as an answer to this question. So let me again ask third winner, one arts, one science so far. What do you think? The third one, commerce, science, arts, science, arts, commerce. Okay, let's see. Okay, science it is. So the question is, what kind of skills are needed when preparing for a job? Vikshita Rima D'Souza, second PUC Science. In the over to you.
Vikshit, thank you for the question. I think most of it is what I try to cover in the presentation itself. And I think when you think about the skills, things which is driving your curiosity, and things that is beyond the expertise or the domain that you specialize in. So if you are a science student, you will be learning a lot of principles of science, but can you link some of them with principles of how humans work at the workplace? Okay, now you could say, well, I didn't study humanities, I didn't study sociology or psychology, those have been, or economics, those were the subjects that I have studied. But it doesn't matter. What you're using as principles in science have a lot of applications in humanities as well. So think about what you already know and use, and find use cases. As the term that you will keep hearing is use case. A use case is nothing else but an application of what you know in some other field. An application of science in anthropology, or an application of science in humanities. You'll be surprised that when we design cars, a lot of how the design of the steering wheel and the buttons that you see on a steering wheel is actually scientific. Okay, these are hard coded mechanical skills, these are hard coded electronic skills that are pulled in. But at the same time, you're using those principles to figure out how will the driver sit and drive the car, which is on ergonomics, which is around safety. Many of those are actually linking up to the usage of a driver. So think about it like that. Bring the skills that you have already with you and find them in applications where you want to go.
For the great answer again. So we are done with the top three questions to you, and we are just before moving to the next part of your session. I just want to request students first to give a big hand to all the three winners, Pranamya, Swati, and Vikshita. And commerce students, you are still in the game because we have three more questions coming up later for Mr. Ramdas Kamath, who knows maybe all the three are won by commerce or not. So commerce students, how's the Josh? Only two people said hi or something, or some medium. What is this? How many commerce students are there? Can you all, how's the Josh? Mr. Sen Gupta cannot hear, he's in Mumbai. So, so how's the Josh? Yes. Did you hear that?
I did.
So
And I'm really happy with that. Keep the Josh high always.
Okay, thank you, Josh. Your part.
Thank you, Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, for moderating this session, and I also thank Mr. Indrajit for ably answering the questions. Now, let us give our undivided attention to Professor Gurudat Nayak, Chairman of Corporate Engagement, TAPME, for the synopsis and concluding thoughts of this session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. I hope I'm audible. Would I just get a
Sir.
thumbs up? Yeah, thank you. So, respected dignitaries of on and off the dais, Mr. Indrajit, excellent thought process. I think the best way it could have been put across to these budding minds. It's my privilege to sort of summarize the thoughts that were shared by Mr. Indrajit. So he effectively started with a new world. He gave 6 dimensions for the new world, starting with the concept of how humans are living healthier and longer lives, apparently leading to a lot of thought processes on personalized medicines, as well as the advancement of care, which could now be done in a home environment rather than just visiting an hospital. The further thought process involved rise of software, how we are looking at being surrounded with sensors all around us, and how data analytics has now taken prominence, including down to a level where we could see cell phones becoming more powerful than devices that were used to put the first man on the moon. The third dimension was on rise of AI, which is now quite evident. I believe all of us have been introduced to Chat GPT, which has been sort of a disruptor, but as Mr. Indrajit rightly put across, it's the strongest power of humans is creativity, which it's going to be very difficult or almost next to impossible to replicate it, which apparently has been the instance when it has come to AI. But AI has found its presence in undertaking activities which are repetitive and automating these activities. And these have led to augmenting human capabilities, thereby reducing time in completing a task which could have taken days. New media, which is the fourth dimension, where visual is now the new vernacular. I think he was apt when he put it across that emojis are now the new language. Apparently, even when we use WhatsApp, we could see that the responses are more emoji based than text based. That's absolutely the language we can look at. And the social media skills, yes, I believe this is extremely strong in the current generation, apt for the current generation with a variety of social media tools that we could see. The fifth dimension was on the new structure of companies. It is now changed from an hierarchical structure to a network-based structure, where Mr. Indrajit very clearly highlighted how collaboration is the key. And this is aided by a lot of social media skills, apparently social technologies, which drive value creation. He gave the instance of LinkedIn, and I think all of us now have a presence on LinkedIn, apparently to network and also look at connecting in different levels. The last dimension when it came to the new world was a globally connected world. So I think work from home, work from anywhere, work for anyone has become the new normal. Apparently, COVID sort of played a bit of role into it, but this was something that was around the corner. Work has never stopped. It will never stop, and people need not leave their home for work now. And job creation now apparently is not restricted itself only to US or Europe. As Mr. Indrajit rightly put across, utilizing skills that are available in India for the world has now become quite prominent. He then took us to another dimension where he said there are a lot of valuable capabilities which are same, but which have to be looked into a different way. He identified it across 10 interesting dimensions. The first was making sense, apparently trying to get a much more deeper meaning or significance on what is being expressed. Looking at social intelligence, that is ability to connect with others in a deep and a direct way. Have a novel and an adaptive thinking process. Move towards more solution-oriented ability to connect different subjects and sort of come out with a better thought process. Having a design mindset, which he said we have to be more intuitive. Apparently, a lot of things have now been studying human behavior, and this has resulted in a lot of interesting outcomes. Looking at a multidisciplinary approach, explore across multiple disciplines and look at learning from these. Also look at developing competency for cross-cultural ability to work. Look at new media literacy, a lot of ways in which we can learn now. He gave the instances of YouTube, consuming content in an online mode, edtech companies coming up. You can go in for online certifications, amazing way of probably making the best of the new media literacy. Computational thinking, this was something that he highlighted very well. Apparently, he talked about how we have to use data for abstract concepts, and also looked at conducting reasoning or ability to reason using data as a possible back-end option. He also looked at cognitive load management, which talks about ability to discriminate and filter information of for importance. Apparently, with an online system, we have a lot of information that comes in. So how do we filter information for importance and also understand to maximize cognitive functions? And finally, he talked about being curious to learn. There's nothing called right or wrong, but there's always a scope to learn. He finally concluded with some very interesting remarks. He talked about learning the skill to listen to ideas of others and also applying it on in our personal life. Skill is a muscle. We have to use it. It doesn't come just like that. That's a very strong statement, I would say. And he talked about 3 specific skills, mainly talking about thinking, learning, and reflecting. And this, apparently, as he rightly pointed out, is going to help us in our days to come. Sir, thank you very much for these thought processes. I'll just add on to another 3 dimensions which I recently came across a friend of mine who shared it with us during one of our institute events. He talked about 3 specific skill sets or sets that he talked about. The first being skill set, the ability or the value that we bring to the table. The skills, that's exactly what you highlighted. The second is our mindset, how we have believe in our capability to take us to the level, especially when we talk about a VUCA world or a volatile, uncertain, complex and an ambiguous world. And finally, the set of tools or the tool set that we can look at, in which you also highlighted on ChatGPT, different applications and software. Apparently, with these things, we can quite confidently believe that students of the future, or you can say the future citizens, or the future professionals, are definitely in the right hands. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Naik. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to present a plaque to Mr. Indrajit Sen Gupta, which symbolizes our gratitude for his time, effort, and knowledge that shared with us today.
Inder, thank you so much again for your very generous offer to give us this much time. And I am asking the principal, Dr. Radhakrishna, whom you can see on the screen, also to join us virtually. And I request Professor Nayak, the second guest speaker, Mr. Ramdas Nayak, all to virtually join this moment to hand over this small token of our appreciation to Mr. Indrajit Sen Gupta today virtually. Thank you, Mr. Sen Gupta, again.
Thank you.
So
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, everyone.
And Professor Nayak very beautifully summarized. We have a memento for you also. We look forward to meet you in Manipal one of these days and hand over to you.
Okay.
Great. Inder, thank you. It was fantastic having you. We are really grateful, delighted, and it was a wonderful session.
Thank you, Sanjay.
Thank you, everyone. People who feel good about themselves do great work and create great things. One such person with us is the proud alumnus of our college, Mr. Ramdas Kamath. Now I request Mr. Ujjwal of 3rd BA to introduce Mr. Ramdas Kamath to the August gathering.
Esteemed President, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce a remarkable individual who has left an indelible mark on the business landscape of the Middle East. Today, we have the privilege of welcoming Mr. Ramdas Kamath, an exemplary professional and the area sales manager at Aldrif LLC, a leading FMCG company in Salalah, Sultanate of Oman. And he is also a proud alumnus of our college. He was born on 23rd July 1959 in Murabitri, and he completed his BCom degree from our college during 1980. Later, he went to Bombay for searching jobs and got an opportunity to work in Tata Consultancy Services and also in SharePro Services Private Limited. Apart from his professional career, he is also a musician. Mr. Kamath joined Al-Haq Trading Company as an accountant in 1983. There he got promoted and transferred to Commerce Department. Later, in 1992, he joined Aldrich Limited Liability Company. With a career spanning over 4 decades, Mr. Kamath's journey is a testament to dedication, innovation, and unwavering commitment. As the area sales manager at Aldrich LLC, he has demonstrated exceptional leadership, steering his team towards unprecedented success and propelling the company to new heights. A thought leader and a mentor, Mr. Kamath's expertise extends beyond the boardroom. His participation in the industry seminars, workshops, and community initiatives underscores his dedication to sharing knowledge and contributing to the growth of both individuals and the community at large. Today, we have the privilege of hearing Mr. Kamath speak on the topic, Preparing for a Middle East Career, Do's and Don'ts. His virtual lectures promises to enlighten us with wisdom, insights, and perspectives that can only come from someone who has witnessed and actively shaped the dynamic landscape of the Middle Eastern business world. His insights are not just theoretical, they are drawn from years of hands-on experience, making them invaluable to anyone aspiring to excel in this region. Thank you.
Thank you, Ujjwal. Without further ado, I invite Mr. Ramdas Kamath to deliver his guest lecture on the topic, Preparing for a Career in the Middle East, Do's and Don'ts. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ujjwal. Thank you very much for the brief introduction. And I would like to thank Sanjay here, whom I have been, observing, watching, and very keenly from his childhood, as he said, from the age of 3, because I stay very close to the college and I stay very close to the Guru Niketan, where all the lecturers, they stay near Sri Mahavir College, and I have been seeing him, and I call him, he's a wonder kid, and he really stands up to that term. If I am wrong, Sanjay, thank you very much for inviting me. Actually, I am getting very emotional when I see this auditorium today. And as Balal sir said, he can see a lot of girls outnumbering the male numbers. It's a very good sign. Woman empowerment. Yes, right, as you said, sir. And earlier days, I remember girls were given only the education up to SSLC. The SSLC itself means stop study and learn cooking for ladies. That's all. After that, they will be getting married. That was the only, the dream their parents used to have. But now the time has changed and they are equally as good, or rather, I would say they are better than the male counterparts. Am I right? Girls? Yes, that is the spirit. So my dear students, though I have attended so many seminars, conducted so many workshops, this is the first time I am in front of students, that's too from my own college where I studied, and I'm really getting emotional. And this is the very same auditorium from where I started my co-curricular activities in 1976 when I joined PUC in this college. My seniors, or rather my contemporaries like Dr. Mohan Alwa, Mr. Mohan Suvarna, Mr. Vajranab Chauta, Pratap Kumar, or Surendra Shetty, or all the seniors, when they were performing on the stage, I was sitting in the last bench, last seat of the auditorium, and I used to crack jokes in Tulu, and all the participants, they used to just gather around me and disturb the proceedings. Then Mohan Suvarna, whom I consider my mentor on the stage, he thought instead of allowing this, ಕೀಟಲೆ ಮಾಡುವವನನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೇಜಿಗೆ ಕರೆದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಅಂತ, he pulled me to the stage, and that is from where my extracurricular activities days started with Mahavira College, and really it's emotional. If God willing, Inshallah, Insha Venkatramana and Insha Jesus, definitely I would like to see you personally in your college in coming days. Shortly, I have told Sanjay also, I would like to interact with you in person rather than virtual, because face to face makes a lot of difference. And this is the same college which has taught us so many skills to come up in our life rather than professional attainment, whatever we have done today. In my last 40 years, gainful employment or my career, it's the additional skills or additional activities I have involved in co-curricular activities of college, and immense support given by Anandram Bhatt sir, late Anandram Bhatt sir, of father of Sanjay Bhatt. He used to support us like quite a lot to attend in inter-college activities, inter-college competitions, from where we got our skills, additional skills, and that helped us to grow up to this level today. I am very thankful to my teachers, my well-wishers, my friends, for all the love and affection you have given. And at the same time, I would like to thank all my teachers in Mahavira College, lecturers, even from the beginning, from where I studied in my elementary school, whether it is Ramakrishna Shetty sir, or it is Lucy teacher ma'am, or it is Vilashini Shetty, or it is C.K. Padiwal sir, or it is Narayan PM sir, or you name it, the list goes. And I always make it a point to visit. Whenever I visit India, I visit one of my favorite teachers. Still, I meet them in person and take their blessings. Here, I want to narrate a small story to you. It's a small story. On July 23rd, 1980, 4 youths from Mudbidri, with lot of dreams in their eyes, they leave Mudbidri for Bombay. 4 youths. And one of them had nothing with him. He was so poor, he doesn't had even proper bus ticket money with him. He reaches Bombay, and he struggles quite a lot to settle in Mumbai. His dream was to go abroad to get a gainful employment. But destiny took him somewhere else just because of his excellence in his sports career. And he achieved #1 position in inter-university athletic meet. And he took gold medal, clicking a record of 49.8 seconds in 400-meter race. And he joined Mumbai Customs and retired as Assistant Commissioner. And he's none other than Mr. Sukumar Rao, as all of you know him very well. And today he's a proud alumnus, and I'm very, very proud of him to say that he's not only a alumnus, as a successful in his career, and he is my chuddy friend. We grew together, we went to Bombay together, and I was also one of them. And another person was Santosh Shetty, who is no more with us. He could not withstand the hardships of Bombay. He came back to Mudbidri, and he's no more with us today. And one more gentleman is Mr. Karunakar Shetty, again an excellent sportsman. He joined Premier Padmini. Now he settled in Mudbidri alone. So this is a small story. I was also one of them. I came to Gulf after my 3 years hardships in Mumbai. And today, whatever I am, it's totally because of blessings from my parents, my teachers, and well-wishers from my friends. And I don't want to take much of your time. Sanjay, thank you very much again, Sanjay, for inviting me to this beautiful event. While thanking all of you, thanking SMC Management Committee, as well as all people behind this, I warmly welcome and say my gratitude and pranams to all dignitaries, Mr. Abhay Chandra Jain, Ballal sir, Radhakrishna sir, Ramesh Bhatt sir. Again, besides, he is our teacher, he is our Purohit also. He is the Pradhan Archak of our deity Mahalasa temple, where we visit every time. I always meet him and I take his blessings. And thank you very much, SMC. I'm very proud of you and I'm very thankful to you. Sanjay, we will start the slide, please. Okay. Today, I am requested to give a lecture on preparing yourself for a Gulf job. Okay, let me briefly tell you, this is GCC Council members. So Saudi Arabia, Sultanate of Oman, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, and Republic of Yemen. These are the 7 Gulf Council, Cooperative Council members as on today. And as I said, the top chart, Saudi Arabia is at the topping with the whopping population of 37 millions, and it's largest in terms of territory as well as population in GCC. And second, Sultanate of Oman with the approximately 5 million population and very good place to live. Third is United Arab Emirates. Then United Arab Emirates again consists of 7 Emirates: Dubai, Sharjah, Alain, Fujairah, Abu Dhabi, Corfacan, and Alain. Then comes Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain. Again, a small country. Bahrain is as small as our Mudbidri, you can say, or a little bigger than Mudbidri, but still it plays an important role in Gulf. Then last comes Republic Yemen, rather a little poor country, but vast country with lot of agriculture, fisheries, and other resources. Next slide, please, Sanjay. My students, here, why I am favoring Oman market? Because Oman market is a favorable job employment market for me, because Oman is a, rather all Gulf countries, it's a tax-free heaven. See, in India, whatever we get, we have to pay income tax. But here, Gulf, nothing like that. Though they are planning to bring income tax very, very soon in Gulf countries also, you need to pay certain amount of income tax on your personal income. But now it is not there. It's a tax-free income. In Tudu, what we say, bonus, tinas, and bonus. These 3 are the terms. So it's a tax-free income. Whatever you earn, it's 100% is yours. No tax is deducted. You need not have to hire any chartered accountants to show your tax returns and avoid taxes. Nothing like that. Okay. Next, it is high salary package in private as well as government sectors. So even a beginner, a small accounts assistant also gets around 300 riyals with free accommodation, free air ticket, and free transport, everything from a private company. 300 riyal is a very big amount. If you convert it with the 216 rupees equivalent, it's a sweet 60,000 plus, where engineers are struggling, or BCom graduate is struggling to get 10,000 rupees in today's market, competitive market. So it's a handsome package. And third is, it's a hassle-free employment. You need not have to run around the ministries for your interviews or getting NOCs or something like that. No. Once you are selected by a company, and you need to just furnish your CV, medical report, and passport copy. That's it. And entire things your employer takes care, applying your visa, everything, permits, residents getting resident card, everything is taken care by your employer. So you just need to come and settle down here. That's why it is a hassle-free employment. Then fourth one is safety and security. It's a very, very secured place. It's not even for the girls. It's a very safe place to work with. Lot of securities are provided by the private companies as well as government companies. Nobody can do any harm. Even night, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Even I have seen Dubai night shift. Girls are working late night shift also. They safely catch a cab and safely reach home. Nothing of that sort what we usually see in other countries. Then it's low, again, low cost of living compared to other GCC. In Dubai, you get a house, it's a very, very difficult. None of the companies, they provide you accommodation in Dubai because it's very expensive. But in Oman, it's not like that. A 2-bedroom flat is costing as less 100 riyals. 100 riyals is equivalent to around 20,000 rupees. That's why electricity, water, every time it is provided by the company. So it's a low cost of living compared to other GCC Oman. Then easy networking facilities, because here Wi-Fi facility or internet facilities are very quickly accessible. So it will help you to live a moderate life and a luxurious life and with good environment. Then again, low cost of fuel. Okay, now last 5-6 years, we have seen the fuel cost has slightly gone up due to the international fuel prices hike. Otherwise, it was as less as when I came, the water bottle was costing costlier than a liter of petrol. But what to do? We cannot drink petrol. It was costing only 121 paisa, and today it is costing around 239 paisas. 239 paisa per a liter of super petrol, which is around less than 20 rupees. So its cost of fuel is very, very less in Gulf countries. Oman is less, but Dubai, it is little expensive. Then next one is strategic location. Oman is strategically located. It's very close. It is one of the most nearby Gulf countries to our India. It takes hardly 2 hours to fly from Mumbai to Muscat. And again from Salalah, the nearest airport is for Salalah. Once they fly directly, the Mumbai will take only less than 2 hours. Unfortunately, we do not have direct flights from Salalah to Mumbai or any coastal cities except Gulf countries, where we have Cochin, Kannur, Trivandrum, and Calicut. We have direct flights from Salalah. Even for Qatar, we have all the Middle East countries, we have direct flights. So the strategic location, even from Muscat, within 4 hours, you can reach Dubai. It's only 400 kilometers. Then again, Saudi, another 600 kilometers you add, you can drive to Saudi. So all the Gulf countries are, closely located, bordering with Oman. So it's a strategic location, makes a lot of difference for the growth or what you see Oman today compared to what Oman was 20 years back. And here again, one of the very good point number 9, I'm giving you, no dress code restriction. Whereas in other Gulf countries like Saudi Arabia and all, we have dress restrictions for ladies. Non-Muslims are also required to wear that abayas. Whereas in Dubai and Oman, we don't have that restriction. Only during fasting months of Ramadan, you have to adhere to the dressing code. You have to cover your head with your veil whenever you visit mosques or some historic places. Otherwise, there is no dress code at all. You can wear decent dresses as long as it doesn't, looks vulgar. Then it's a fully developed infrastructure. We have one of the finest road network in entire Middle East. Oman has got one of the best roads, and Oman to Salalah, where I am working, it is 1,000 kilometers away from Muscat. So it's like Kanyakumari, you can say. We are located in southern tip of Oman. And the beauty of Salalah is we have mountains around, like when you get down from Agumbe Ghat and come to Someshwara, you can see the mountains around. Same type of geographical features we have in Salalah. We get 2 months of drizzles here, which we call it as Kharif season. Due to this drizzling, entire mountain range turns into lush green. And no one will say that Kharif Salalah is like a Gulf country. We have here all waterfalls, we have mountains, green mountains, we have coconut trees, we have banana trees, we have papaya plantations, everything. So I get even this Katpire in Tudu, we call Katpire, we call it Manjoldaire, we call it Marateu. All these things are available in Salalah, which we don't get in even in our place Mudbidri. For Ganapati Chauti, we get a lot of turmeric leaves, and we do patoli. We do patrodes here. Everything. I have shared the photos with Sanjay of Salala. If time permits, he can share it with you later part. Now I don't want to disturb him. So Sanjay, we will move on to the next slide, please. Okay, when you are applying for Gulf jobs, you can try this websites. They are very popular: naukrigulf.com and gulfjobs.com. Then there is one more called findbestresults.co. Then LinkedIn is very popular in Dubai. All these websites, again, Google itself has launched a job search website, google.jobs.com. That also helps you access to lot of companies where they have openings. So you can go to those websites and you can register your yourself, load your resume in that, and your preferences, everything is mentioned in that. So it will be all these portals which I have mentioned here. They will be of very great helpful to you. So Sanjay, next we'll move to next. So again, if you are in Dubai, you can try this linkedin.com, gulftalent.com, indeed.com, baith.com, laymoon.com, monstergulf.com, naukrigulf.com, olive.com. These are all the famous and popular job websites where you can go and you can further scroll for job opportunities, vacancies. Automatically, you get the number of situations vacant there in different areas, different departments. You can enroll yourself. Next slide, please, Sanjay. Okay, then again, this is one more private job portals, baith.com, naukrigulf.com, monstergulf.com, Gulf News Carriers. This again, Gulf News Carriers, this gives you a wide range of openings in Gulf, especially in Muscat for Oman. So laymoon.com also the same thing. So these are all the popular websites or portals which gives you complete details of openings they have. Go for it. Next slide, please, Sanjay. Okay, now I would like to highlight some challenges or obstacles, rather, I would say, maybe a beginner will find when he lands in Oman. See, first of all, weather in Oman is not pleasant. It's very, very hot. It touches up to 52. This summer, we recorded 52 degree Fahrenheit, and it is too hot. It's some areas, some remote areas, it was up to 56. The afternoon, the midday workers, they are given compulsory, break during this time between 1 to 2. Concerned ministries, concerned labor ministries and all penalize the employer if they force their workers to work during this extreme weather conditions. They are given proper rest. So 52, above 52 is not at all advisable for any human beings to work under. Whereas in Salala, it's quite different. Now we are enjoying a weather of 27 degrees. It's like Kodaikanal, Munnar or Mahabaleshwar. It is so beautiful. And winters are also little harsh. 2 months winter, we have severe cold in Oman, like Muscat and other parts. But Salala is a tropical climate like India only. Then second item, lack of home food. Some of you may not like eating outside. You always like to have, food cooked by your mom. You want early morning, you want dosa chutney only, idli sambar only, and idli sambar also with the coconut chutney only, and you want same KV Prabhu oil milk, coconut oil only, you need it. You are very particular about it. I have a friend, Sanjay, you know him, Devdas Kamata Falangar. He was so foodie. He went to US and he stayed there for about 1 year. He missed his food. He missed that kuchilaki and Bangladeshi and Dalitoy and Jigujja Podi. He missed it and he came running back to Mak Jaina Maraya, Dalitoy Nashi Mak Jawan Kurcha Jaina. He started telling me. So that kind of, homesickness also one of the reason. Person like me, I eat anything. When I went to Salala first, I'm a pure vegetarian and I don't eat even eggs also. My mother told me, look, Ramdas, if you don't get vegetarian, okay, you start eating fish, but not beyond that. He said, I said, Amma, no problem, wherever we go, ಹುಟ್ಟಿಸಿದವನು ಹುಲ್ಲು ಮೇಯಿಸಲಾರ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ so we invited one Haribhat from Kutige and started one, asked him to help him to set up a beautiful Udupi hotel here. With that, we were, having a beautiful Udupi cuisine here. So it was not at all a problem for us. And next is language barrier. See, Gulf countries commonly spoken language is Arabic. Though they speak little bit English, their English is nowadays the present generation, they are well educated, whereas the old generation, they were not at all familiar with the English. They speak only Arabic. So if you are familiar with Arabic, it is an added advantage. So now Arabic courses are also there. You can learn Arabic also quickly in 30 days. You can take the help of Google. When you are looking for a job in Gulf, try to learn few words of Arabic. It will definitely will help you. And English, of course, nowadays, all the ministries or government departments, they speak at least the manageable English. Otherwise, if you have a second language or the third language in your kitty, it will definitely helpful. For me, when I came to Gulf, all these business people, they are from Kutch, Gujarat, because the Kutchis are the first to invade Oman. Khimji Ramdas, way back 2 centuries back, they used to bring rice, spices, and tea in the small boats, small doors, and they used to have barter system. While going back, they used to take frankincenses, what we call it at Loban, Oud, which is grown in Salala. We have frankincense trees, and you tap it, and with that gum, they produce a lot of frankincense, which has got very, very, very high international market for that frankincense. It is from Salala. So they used to take back frankincenses and dates, Omani khajur from here, and they used to do the barter system. Those days, I'm talking about 200 years before. So Kutchis, Gujaratis are the first, and most of the companies are by Kutchis, like Khimji Ramdas or Nanaji Pandya, Gujarati, or this Haridas Nancy, Haridas Lalji, Madhavji Velji. All these companies are Kutchi companies. And I used to talk to them in Gujarati. If you just say, instead of saying good morning, just say them Jai Sri Krishna. That's all. You automatically get 1,000 real business, just wishing them in Gujarati. So the language makes a lot of difference. When you see a Malayali, just say, just that's all. He will automatically, he will be your customer. You need not have to, go through the hassle of grabbing business and spend your time. That much of advantage you have when you have additional knowledge of extra languages in your side. Then next point is homesickness. Some people miss their father, some people miss their mother, some people, newly married people, when they come, definitely they will miss their wife. So homesickness is there. Some people, they cannot adjust to this atmosphere. So they immediately wind up and they go back. This kind of homesickness people, I don't advise to come to Gulf, because your company gives you ticket only once in a year or once in 2 years, minimum once in 2 years. Without completion of this period, you cannot apply, or you're not eligible for your annual leave. In between emergency cases, only you are allowed to go. That also you have to spend hefty tickets from your pocket. The company will not pay for your personal tickets. So I advise homesickness people, be away, stick on to some decent jobs in India itself. Then public transport. Here you have to depend on your own car. Here it's not like auto rickshaws or buses or private buses, which are very cheap and very economic. Here we don't have that kind of public transport system in Oman. though they have started intercity city buses now, they are once in half an hour and the frequency is very less. Here, each and every person is having a car, either it's company provided or it's self-owned. So wherever you want to go, you have to drive yourself. Even we have seen Omani household, if there are 5 people, they have 5 cars. So much of dependence on your private vehicles. There is no train or mono, there is no metros, nothing. Though Oman and Dubai, they are seriously thinking of investing in metro system and the railway transportation in near future. Then again, driving license. Driving license is very, very, very tough here. So driving license is very important. It's not like India. You just go and without knowing the driving, you manage to get a driving license. No, here you have to pass through so many tests: drum test, slope test, road test. These are the 3 tests. So even I was driving without a license for initially 2 years, just because of the confidence. I gave 13 tests because I never went to the training school at all, because I knew the driving. That was the confidence. Whenever I get the date, so I never used to have time to attend the driving tests. So like that, I gave 13 driving tests. 14th test, I straight away came to the road and I got. And today's time in Oman, if you have a driving license, it is more valuable or equivalent to it's a PhD degree or it is a business management degree. They first ask you, do you have a driving license? Most of the companies, they don't give you, particularly in FMCG field, they don't give you a job opportunity if you don't have a license, because they cannot give you a chauffeur driven car to you. So that is the reason owning a driving license, it's a must, and it's expensive also. Then internet and phone airtime, it's expensive. Internet with 100 Mbps speed of internet package, Wi-Fi package costs as dearer as 30 reals, which is around 6,000 rupees a month. 6,000 rupees a month a household is required to pay for his Wi-Fi package. It's a very, very high amount. And phone airtime, again, what you pay for your telephone cards or Omantel cards, whatever it is expensive. It is not as cheap as India. So India is at least 10 to 20 years ahead in terms of technology, Wi-Fi and telephones. Then high rentals. Here rents are high compared to India, very high. Now most of the companies, earlier they used to give rent, I mean the accommodation free from themselves. Nowadays they are giving you, just add it to your package, house rent allowance, electricity, water, telephones, everything. They just add it to your package. They don't give you furnished accommodation. You have to look for your own furnishings and all those things. So this is little bit high. But whereas in Salalah, it's much cheaper compared to Muscat. Very, very cheaper. It's rather half of its amount what it costs in Muscat. Salalah, that way, if you get any opportunities from Salalah, blindly grab it. And it's a beautiful city, and it's a compared to other Gulf countries, cost of living is much, much lesser in Salalah. Next slide, please, Sanjay. Okay, do's and don'ts. Here, I would like to say the first point, what I would prefer you, what I would advise you, if you are dreaming to come to Gulf, just get hold of any of your friend or any of your relative, just take a visit visa, because most of the companies, they ask you to meet in person, because when you see them virtually or when they make a telephonic call and they select you, and then when you come personally and see your performance, they cut a sorry figure. Some of the people, they are managing to get you just because of their hold in the company, with their connections in the company. They just manage to get some of their relative, and one fine morning they find they are not up to the mark. And I don't want you people to come like that on Vasta or with influence and go back with your no results or no performance. with remarks of that remarks from your employer. So what I suggest, take a visit visa. It's very easy. It's costing you just 20 reals. A visit visa will cost you 20 real. Take a passport first. Passport is quickly available in India. If you apply now, maybe within less than 15 days, you get a passport. Take a passport, get hold of your friend or relative, get a visit visa, come down to the country where you want to, either it is Dubai or it is Muscat or Bahrain, Kuwait, wherever it is. Look for openings. Keep on visiting top companies through your connections or through your recommendations of your relatives or friends, and meet them personally. Here we come across, we see quite a lot of walk-in people coming and asking for the jobs. We get a lot of good candidates also, and it saves our cost of interviewing them and bringing them from India. When they are here, when they are on visiting visa, it can be converted very easily to an employment visa nowadays. Earlier, you have to exit the country, but nowadays that rule has been relaxed. If the visit visa is of the same company, you need not have to go back. If the same company give you the employment visa, you need not have to go back. If it is from the same company, if it is an outside source, yes, you have to exit. You can no need of going back to India. You can go to a nearby Dubai. It's hardly 4 hours drive. You can go back to India, go back to Dubai, or then you can come back on an employment visa to Oman or whichever country where you are applying for your visa. Then second, you must have is a fluency in English. Fluency in English is a must, because besides Arabic language, which is spoken, you need for communication and for interactions, you need fluency in English. Whenever you are sending mails and you are presenting or whatever it is, you should be very fluent in English. Your English is definitely observed by your employer, and mostly the college graduates, like from any colleges, they are good in written English, but spoken English is a lot of grammatical errors. So improve your English. Listen to some speeches, read books, read newspapers, which will improve your English very well to a certain extent. When you can see, I had a small incident. One Filipino girl came for an interview for a sales girl in our supermarket. I just asked her, can you brief me something on your experience? She started telling, where were you working before? She said the pronunciation also matters a lot, because Filipinos, their pronunciation, and Bengalis, their pronunciations, or Indians, their pronunciations makes a lot of difference. It's not very close to what American accent or British accent. No. Okay, it's fine. You speak grammatical English, that is fine. That Filipino girl, where were you working before? She said, sir, I was working before in a fishing company. She wanted to say she was working for a fishing company. She said it's a fishing company. They cannot pronounce sh, sh, they cannot pronounce. Okay, now where are you working? Now I am working in a shipping company. She meant to say she works for shipping company. Okay, then next, your English should be very good. So it will help you to, work comfortably or work better in your organization. Then next is you have to furnish a proper, appropriate resume. You need not have to add so many things in that. You make just one personal details and one your curricular details. Only these two appropriate points only you have to fill. Don't try to lie or add unwanted informations there. Even if you have worked for 6 months, you will mention I have worked for 2 years. Then what employer does, they just cross check with the previous employer. They try to find out whether this candidate has furnished the proper information, right or wrong. They try to go up to that extent also if you are taken for a responsible opening. So try to avoid that. And then next point is willingness to work in adverse conditions. Adverse condition in the sense, some PDO areas are there, petroleum development Oman, because it's petroleum sites. You have to work in adverse conditions means it's a straight 10 hours duty. So morning 7 o'clock to evening 5 o'clock, continuous duty, and its weather condition is very bad, and you have no connections with the outside world except the company recreation club and the colleagues with whom you are working. You have no connection to outside world at all. Every 15 days you are allowed to take 7 days leave. Then you can come to nearby city and spend some recreational time with your friends, or you can see the outside world. So whole day you are in the desert. So adverse condition, sometimes you have to require to work. If it is worth working, if you are handsomely paid, why not? Definitely. That's why you can see all these PDO oil related companies, they give you, every 6 months they give you proper vacation with the handsome packages. So just keep this in mind. Then developing a pleasant personality, it's all very important. You have to be well dressed, you have to be well cultured, you have to be your behavior makes a lot of difference. It shows your upbringing. And when you are asked to work in a reception, or when you are asked to work in the service industry like hotels, hospitals, and reception centers and all those things, then you need to have a very pleasing personality, very pleasing communication skill, very important. Your language should be very polite. There is a saying in our FMCG industry, if you are sweet, if your tongue is sweet, you can even sell hot chilies. But if you are rude, and if you are not sweet talking tongue, you don't have a talk, you cannot sell even the sweet honey also. So that's the difference. Your communication, your language is a must, and it's determining your performance. Next slide, please. Okay, don'ts. So here I strongly advise you, don't get into the traps of any travel agents. They are crooks. Never ever give any money, or they give you lavish emoluments picture. They show you the sky, they show you the moon. Okay, this is the big company, they give you a free accommodation, they give you free this one, they give you free food, everything. No, it is wrong. Never. You try to find out that company's position in Google. You can search that company's position. It shows what grade it is. If it is grade A company, we call it in Arabic, it's Mumtaj, because that also makes a lot of, there are so many companies in Oman, they are grade A companies. They give you all kind of facilities to you. So I request you to avoid paying money to travel agents. Here, very recently, we had an example. 4 beauticians came to Salala, joining a local beauty parlor. And very first day, they saw something fishy. They were asked to do some unwanted jobs, which they don't wanted. So they refused to work with the lady, and they sought help from us, from our Karnataka wing officials. Then immediately myself and Mr. Ramesh Pujari, brother of Vijay Pujari, who hails from Mudbidri, we immediately rescued them. We took them to Indian Embassy, and we directly spoke to, without going to police authorities, we directly spoke to that lady employer, and we told that, we will expose you, and it's not fair. And one of the girl, she was from Belwai, I don't want to name her, and they don't had money to go back. Their passports were taken by that lady, and we just using our contacts with the Royal Oman police or the authorities, we unofficially contacted them and threatened them to take severe legal action against them. And within 24 hours, we managed to rescue them and send them back to India, paying air ticket money from ourselves. We paid from ourselves, and we gave some, we made them to some shopping, take some chocolates, everything. See, first of all, they are girls. They have come to a Gulf country for the future of their, they have to take care of their sick father, sick family, there to take care of their children. We have to see the humanity first here. So we help them, and this kind of things are also, they're getting trapped without knowing what kind of job you are doing. That is very, very important. Just spare some time and try to call one of your close friend and try to find out what kind of company is this. So that is very important. Don't get trapped into the traveling agent or the middlemen who just fill their pockets with some commissions and all those things. This is very important. So these are all the things. I don't want to spend much time on this. We are almost nearing our time. Sanjay, next slide, please. Okay, there are some opportunities what you have. FMCG, fast moving consumer goods, like what I am representing. I am working for last 40 years. So our company is the top 5 companies in Oman. Then medical jobs like doctors, nurses, pharmacists, with a lot of openings. But you have to go through some examinations conducted by Ministry of Health. Then only you can get a trade license to practice this kind of medical jobs. Then hotel industries, where you have plenty opportunities for chefs, cooks, cleaners, waiters. These categories you have some openings, you can try that. Then teaching professions, which is again there is scarcity in teaching professions. If you have minimum qualification required is should be a graduate and with the B.Ed or some other skills. Then they take you in Indian schools or some nurseries or some private schools. You can easily get. Even if you don't get, you can, if you're on a family visa, you can take private tuitions, with which you can earn handsome money. So teaching profession also one of the most sought after. So you can try to apply for that if you are aspiring to be a teacher. Then beauty salon jobs, as I narrated, with some little carefulness needed. Barbers, hairdressers, beauticians, which has got lot of potential nowadays. So if you have that additional course, it will help you. So there are some crash courses in beautician and all. You get handsome money on that. Then general cleaners for it's unskilled. It's not for you, but I'm just, you can, if you have any family members or some relatives in that category, they can try this general cleaners. Then unskilled labors like carpenters, masons, and plumbers, and this plenty of opportunities. Then again, it's not for you. It's for, as I said, it's for your friends or your family members or your relatives. You can always suggest them. These are all the possible job opportunities you have at present. And anytime you are free to contact me. My WhatsApp number and my email IDs, everything is available with Sanjay. You can take it from him. You are most welcome. In my last 40 years career, I don't know, knowingly or unknowingly, I must have helped to get at least 2,000-3,000 people to get handsome jobs. I myself, I don't know, some people come to me, sir, ये नौकरी मुझे आपने दिलवाया था. So मैं just आपको याद करने के लिए आया. One Pakistani driver came long before. After 10 years, he came to see me all the way from Pakistan. His sons are gainfully employed in Oman. He came on a visit again. He remembers my old company. 20 साल पहले आपने मुझे ड्राइवर का नौकरी दिया था. Okay, very great, very nice of him. This kind of people are also there, grateful people. So anybody wants any sort of help, you can freely contact me. I will try to help you out, or I will try to place you somewhere comfortably, without going through the hassles of getting into a wrong company. Next slide, please, Sanjay. Okay, this is just to show you, this is my team where I'm working. So this is my sales team with my general manager. So we are representing one of the best brands in Oman, like General Mills, who makes Betty Crocker cake mixes, Coca-Cola, evaporated milk called Rainbow, Omela, a lot of brands from India, like Mother Recipe, then Bikaji, then Aeroplane Pickle from American Dry Fruits. Then we have Ruabza, a lot of important brands we distribute in Oman. This is my sales team. Next slide, please, Sanjay. This is, I'm just showing my company. Okay, again, this is very important. This is company, I belongs to a company called Choitrams in Dubai. Most of you must be aware of it. Choitram are the pioneers in starting retail business in Middle East. They are the first to start supermarket concept in Middle East, and this company belongs to them, Choitrams. We are in Bahrain, we are in Qatar, we are in Oman, and we are in Dubai. Our company has been given the best employer brand. That's the best company for the year 2022, and we are aiming to get it in 2023 also. They are the best employer. Even the helper is also given the same status, 1 year ticket with the proper accommodation, food, with the bonuses, everything. So we have been given this prestigious award. I am very proud of to be part of my company. So next slide, please. So this is the company. This is the logistics center where I work. This is my company. Next slide, please. So this is, I just want to show you how the modern companies or the multinationals or the top companies, operate in Oman. I just want to show, this is the executive conference room where we call our meetings of our sales team, or we conduct sales conferences online and all those things. Next slide, please. This is the training center. We give every 15 days, every month, we give training to our merchandisers. We give training to our Omani drivers. We give training to all Omani staffs, training team leaders. They come and learning process during we are giving them very good training. This is our training center. Next slide, please. Okay, this is our warehouse where you have this automated loading areas. So the automatically the level lives up to takes up to the level of the truck, and everything comes from that conveyor belt. No need of human touching at all. Straight away that carton goes to, this is automated loading bay. Next slide, please. This is just to show you how the modern FMCG companies operate in Oman. Just a brief idea. These are all the the displays what we do in the market, FMCG. These are all the top displays we do in the market. Next slide, please, Sanjay. Okay, these are all the equipments we use. You can see those orbiter systems. This automatically it lifts that pallets straight from the last rack also, at it brings down. They are stacked in very scientific manner. The top, the nearest item is kept in the lower shelf. FIFO system we are following, first in, first out. The top, the nearest expiring items kept in the bottom rack. So we have a lot of procedures we are following. These are all the equipments we use in our company. Next slide, please, Sanjay. Okay. Before thanking you, all of you, for giving me an opportunity, I want to say a small four line, because during my college days, I used to write Tulu songs for my dramas. When Jairanga sir used to give the lecture, I used to write the Tulu drama songs. So I just, with your permission, I would like to recite a small song written by me, especially for this Gulf written candidate. Bedredenk malla illu mujikaru undude, Pucheridu nudu mudita undu enna kandade. Bedredenk malla illu mujikaru undude, Pucheridu nudu mudita undu enna kandade. Tare bajaida tota pattu bedredu benni undude. For in return anagu yenku iye sarita punnude. Balade ponne, mone norato jaude. Dubai sire tape record kono baide tulade. This is the first Gulf returnee, how he is trying to woo a lady from native place, because he is a foreign return and definitely deserving a good candidate. That's why he is singing this song. Just a song. That's all. Thank you for listening to me. And I again thank all of you, my students, for listening me properly and patiently for last 40-50 minutes and giving me an opportunity. Sanjay, thank you very much, my dear, and SMC Management Trust, and very big thanks to all of you. And very soon, God willing, I would like to visit Mahavira College very soon, maybe by end of this year or beginning of this, and I would like to meet you all in person. Then it will be a different session. Don't give me any topics, because I don't confine myself to a subject. I keep on talking when I get an opportunity or when the mics come to me. I don't go to the topics what's given to me. So you have to bear with me if I'm wrong somewhere, or if I'm little bit I have hurt anybody's sentiments. Please forgive me. And very big pranams to Abhay Anna. Namaskara irege. Mast thanks irege. Yan irna neighbor itte puccheredu. Abhay Anna. Malleregla namaskara. Namana Gafurba itter odepoy rullera. And Radhakrishna sir, Ramesh Bhatt sir, Paidarlo, Bhatmam Tumka. Namaskaro. And this time I could not meet you, and I every time go and go to Mudbidri. My first point is to meet Hanuman temple, and next our Kuladevi Malsamma and Ramesh Bhatt sir. He always is a friend, guide and philosopher to me. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. And you are doing a wonderful job. And I see your activities in SMC group. Keep doing that, sir. And really our present generation is blessed to have teachers like you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Radhakrishna sir. Definitely, I would like to meet you in person when I pay my next visit to Mahavira College. And one word I would like to say: Bedra daklege epala jadreji ode pondala. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ramdas Kamath, for your wonderful guest lecture. I now invite Mr. Sanjay Bhatt for question and answer session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Joylene and Ramdas ma'am. It was absolutely fantastic. I just want to ask the same question again to all our students, which I asked a while ago. So after Kamath sir's lecture, how is the Josh? He's in Oman, no? He can't hear. He's not even in Mumbai. How is the Josh? Sir, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yes, people have actually really enjoyed it. It was so insightful, so many tips, and a lot of insights, including what not to do, not only what to do. So now we will move to the similar session where a lot of people had asked you questions. And out of that, the local jury has chosen the top 3 questions, which I'll try to present. Give me a second. There is some problem with my slides.
I see my friend Ramchandra Pai sitting in the audience. Hi, Ramchandra. He's my classmate and we studied together. He was, of course, he was a front bencher and I was downing. I was the head of the last bench.
Yes, we are on. Okay. Sorry for the...
No. It's absolutely fine.
Okay. Now Q&A. The top 3. Let's see who gets it. Okay. So the first question, BCom guys, happy? How to stay focused in achieving our career growth? Sanchita, third BCom. One of the top 3 questions. Ramdas ma'am, over to you. Do you want to answer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. It's question by whom, Sanjay, it is?
It is from Sanchita.
Sanchita. Okay, final BCom.
Yes,
Hi,
sir.
Sanchita. How are you? Okay. How to stay focused in achieving career growth? Okay. When you are working in Gulf, what you need to concentrate is just stick on to your job and try to improve yourself and don't focus in any other things. You show your growth, you show your try to achieve your goal, whatever target is given to you, try to achieve it and show that you are in the good books of management. That only because the appraisals, timely appraisal will take care of all those things. What percentage of growth you have attained? What is your yeah, career growth? What is your other than your performance? They see a lot of other things also, like your attendance, your behavior, your interaction with your colleagues, interaction with your staff, how you take your team members, how you help your team members. All those things are being counted. So just focus on your job, and that will help you, to slowly to climb the corporate ladder to the next level, and automatically you are promoted to your next supervisory level or manager level or whatever vacancies are available in the organization you are working.
Thank you. No, that was a very insightful answer. Can we all give a big hand again to Sanchita, who has won the prize? So let's see. Second question. Again, BCom. Commerce guys. How to develop strong relationship with business, SIA third BCom.
Okay. SIA final BCom. Okay. How are you, SIA? Very good question. See, this is very important, how to develop strong relationship with the business. So if you are in FMCG sector, FMCG industry, you have to have a very good rapport, very good relationship with your customer. Sometimes it may be favorable. You are not given the right hand, right power, and right decision-making capacity, but you cannot let down your customer. Customer is always right. Though he is wrong, he is always right. You can never, hurt a customer or go against his sentiments. Always try to be good with your customer. It will help you in any, try to make a good relationship with him, and it will help you always to get a good business from him and good support from him. Most of the salesmen are excelling in their field because of the pure. At the same time, you have to be with the company also. So ultimately, you are working for the company. Company is paying you the salary. You cannot go against company's rules and regulations. But same time, customer is the king. So you have to have a very good relationship with him. That will help you to scale up to the good level in your position, as well as the your promotional appraisals.
Great, Ramdas sir, great answer. Yeah, so it's not always about the power, it's about the skill to develop relationship and influence people. Fantastic. Third question. Before that, shall we give a big hand to Sia? Everyone, thank you. Third question of the top three to you from Ujjwal. As a fresher, what should be the mindset and how to manage the obstacles for professional growth to work in the Middle East?
Okay. As a fresher, see, you may be enrolled into the company as an accountant or as an accounts clerk, but don't try to stick on to the assigned job only. Sometimes you are asked to do other than the accounts job also, because sometimes they may ask you, okay, help the logistic manager to dispatch the deliveries. Okay, that fellow is going on leave. You have to additionally shoulder the responsibilities of the second person who will be away on holidays. Or sometimes the accountant doesn't come. You may have to you may are required to go to a bank if you have a driving license. Okay, just go to the bank for 15 days and deposit the money, taking care of the banking activities and all those things. Additional responsibilities given by the employer directly, but never say no to him, because the beginners always they are tested with all round departments, their power, or to learn quickly how good they are in adopting to the new challenges. This is very important. Freshers, you have to do all the works, though you are not willing to do. See, in my company where I was working before, I joined the company as an accountant, appearing for a good interview. But the moment I came to my company, I was asked to go to commerce division, to supermarket division, as the supermarket manager fell sick and he was sent back to India on medical grounds. So I was the only person that time available with knowing little English or some talking, some business background. Because of grocery shop and hotel, which my father was running, we had a different kind of customers coming there. So we were good in talking, good in talking business, and business sense was there in our mind. वो कीड़ा जो बोलते हैं ना वो था पहले से. So I was asked to run the commerce division, and within 3 months, I was proved that management has taken the right decision. And from there, my journey started, and I never looked back. So the beginners don't refuse to take any new assignments comes to on your shoulder. Accept it, do it. If you are paid properly, if you are rewarded handsomely, why not? See, we have seen MBA graduates, they are doing merchandising job just to get into the company. Now, in Unilever or Nestle, any company you are joining, or a P&G, you have to work as a van salesman for 2 years. That is their main basic, that is the demand by the company. You have to be a van salesman. MBA graduates, management graduates, they are working as a van salesman. This is just to get the first hand experience from the market. Then only you can learn the tricks of the trade. So beginners never hesitate to take any jobs given to you other than what you have come for or what you have agreed to come for. That is the tip I am trying to give you, or advice I would rather try to give you.
No, great. Absolutely great tip. So beginners and probably even experienced people should not develop a sense of entitlement and say that this is my job, this is not my job. I think that will restrict the career growth. Great answer, great insight, Ramdas sir. So we are done with the top 3 questions. Can we give a very big hand to Ujjwal? Great. So Joylin, your part?
Yes. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Praveen K, Head of the Department of Political Science of our college, to share his insightful synopsis and concluding thoughts about this session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Joylin. Respected dignitaries, definitely we had a great and a wonderful session. Mr. Ramdas Kamal, sir, for sharing your memories which you spent in our campus. It's a great inspiration to our present students, and you're the real models and heroes to our students for their future success and achievements. Sir, virtually you have taken all of us, especially students, to Gulf countries. Ramdas Kamat sir has given a complete picture on Gulf Cooperative Council, which consists of 7 countries. Normally, we students and teachers are not familiar with this information. And definitely, this Gulf Cooperative Council and its information, it will make students easy to collect information regarding the job opportunities. And in the same way, Ramdas sir has spoken and given a picture on lifestyle, salaries, working conditions, privileges given to the employees in 7 Gulf countries. And especially the one point which I noted is he has given a complete detail about the website which provides information on job opportunities and how to apply, especially about writing a resume and its contents. And in the second part of his presentation, sir has presented the challenges, that means do's and don'ts that one faces, especially newcomer in the Gulf countries. Thank you for your inspiring presentation and enlightening the students regarding the job opportunities in Gulf countries. Thank you for your valuable information, and thank you, Mr. Sanjay Bhatt sir, for providing us this great opportunity to meet the achievers of our college. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. The time is now ripe to express symbolically our gratitude and appreciation to the guest speaker, Mr. Ramdas Kamath. I request the VIPs to offer a plate to Mr. Kamath virtually. Thank you, everyone. Hereby, the first part of this program comes to an end, which will be followed by recognition of alumni for their outstanding services. I am Joylyn Fernandez of 3rd BCom signing off, and I invite Mr. Hanville of 3rd BSc to lead the next part of the program. Thank you. A very good afternoon to all present here. It's my immense pleasure to introduce Mr. Ramachandra Pai, one of the alumni entrepreneurs. Mr. Ramachandra Pai was born on 16th March 1960 in Rai, Bandwal Taluk. He is the son of T.R. Panduranga Pai and V. Chandrakala Pai. In 1975, Mr. Pai joined our college and completed his bachelor degree in 1980. Although he wanted to do a government job, as per the wish of his parents, he entered the business sector by starting Bharat Textiles in 1981. Later in 1984, he started another textile shop named Akarshan Textiles. Having great interest in literature since student life, his several stories and poems has been published in leading newspaper. Mr. Pai has also actively participated in Sahitya Academy, Sahitya Sammelan, Mysuru Dasara, Doordarshan and Akashvani concerts. His first poetry collection, Kanasugale Banni, won the 1984 Kadingunlu Poetry Award. The works Vastavikateya Tekkeyalli and Alisi Hogua Munna has been published with the grant of Sahitya Parishad. Mr. Pai is married to Mrs. Kavita R. Pai. He has 2 children. Dr. Apeksha Pai has a great passion about music. She is the B-grade artist of Akashvani. His son Atit Pai is also an artist. Both of them have received the prestigious CCRT scholarship from Indian government. It's with a great pleasure now I present Mr. Ramachandra Pai to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharanya. Now I request Mr. Dinesh Mallya to come over to the dais. Please give him a big round of applause. I request Ms. Sanchita of 3rd BCom to introduce Mr. Dinesh Mallya.
Good afternoon to one and all gathered here. It is my privilege to introduce Mr. Dinesh Mallya, a proud alumnus of our college and a successful entrepreneur in Mangalore. Mr. Dinesh Mallya studied PUC to BSc in the portals of this college from 1985 to 1990. He was elected as a science secretary of our college student union in the year 1989, and also he took active participation in youth Rotary Club, cricket, table tennis, quiz competition, and organized several community service programs. Mr. Dinesh Mallya did his postgraduate diploma in environment. As an environmentalist, he always has taken initiatives for protecting and promoting a healthy environment. He has carried several environment research projects like study of Western Ghat ecosystem, solid waste management of Panjim city, supply and distribution of drinking water to Panjim city, disaster management studies for oil spill in the Arabian Sea. With his 14 years of experience, Mr. Dinesh Mallya started N1 Technologies in the year 2006 in Mangalore. The company gives suggestions for cost-effective localized solution, recycling, and use of water in the industries. With his brother, Mr. Muralidhar Mallya, an alumnus of this college, he started One Earth Enviro Labs in 2011. It is an environmental lab established at Baikampadi Industrial Area, Mangalore. This lab is equipped with advanced facilities to test water quality, industrial pollution, and air quantity. He also launched Enviro Essentials in 2021, which caters to all environmental products and equipments. Mr. Dinesh Mallya and his brother Mr. Muralidhar Mallya are contributing 1,500 rupees every month to the midday meal scheme of our college. At present, Mr. Dinesh Mallya design and install water and a wastewater recycling plants. With this, I present before you a multifaceted personality, a successful entrepreneur, environmentalist, and a donor, Mr. Dinesh Mallya, to this gathering. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanchita. Now I request Mr. Praveen Chaudhary to come over to the dais. Now it is the turn of Mr. Tejas G. Kini of 2nd PUC Commerce to introduce Mr. Praveen Chaudhary.
Good afternoon to you all. It is my great honor to introduce one of the alumni entrepreneurs, Mr. Praveen Chaudhary. We are so lucky to have him in this auspicious day. Mr. Chaudhary was born on 18th October 1967 in Gadag as the only son of Mr. H.B. Chaudhary and Mrs. Savitri Chaudhary. He completed his primary and high school education in Gadag. In the year 1983, he joined our college for his PU education. In the year 1990, he completed his engineering in computer science at Basaveshwar Engineering College, Bagalkote. In 1990, he went to Bangalore and worked two private companies, namely Samyukt Computer Service, Bangalore, and Computronics Company, Bangalore. In 1992, he started his own sales and service business in Bangalore. He used to provide services to many engineering colleges like Hassan, Belgaum, Davangere, Bijapur, etc., and presently supported many educational institutions and hospitals in Bangalore. He also supported KPCL for many years on their project areas. Mr. Praveen Chaudhary has received awards for highest sales of accounting software by TCS and also awards from companies like Epson, HP, Lenovo, Acer for the sales of their products. His father-in-law, Professor L.D. Merwade, was the retired principal of our college. Professor Ramesh Bhatt, the principal of our college, is also his teacher. Mr. Chaudhary has a very good feeling towards our college, which shaped his life. He feels that the good teaching faculty and friendly atmosphere of this college has given many things to him. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Praveen Chaudhary. Thank you.
Thank you, Tejas. I request Mr. Ashok Kamath to come over to the dais. Now I request Ms. Rachita Jain of 3rd BCom to introduce Mr. Ashok Kamath.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad to introduce one of our proud alumni, Mr. Ashok Kamath. He was born on 18th of September 1969 as a son of late Mr. N.P. Krishna Kamath and Mrs. Chandravati. He completed his elementary and high school education from Babu Rajendra Prasad School and joined our college for his PU education. Thereafter, he completed his BSc degree from our own institution in 1992. Currently, Mr. Ashok is doing silver jewelry business and also running Kamath Caterers in Ponnechari, Mudbidri. He is married with Mrs. Akshata Kamath. He has two children. Son Ayush Kamath is doing his degree education in Alvas College, Mudbidri. And daughter Anvita Kamath is doing her SSLC in Excellent English Medium School, Mudbidri. Mr. Kamath is also giving services as Director of Mudbidri Cooperative Bank, Managing Trustee of Lakshmi Venkataramana Temple, and Coordinator of Sarvajanika Sharada Mahotsava. He has been felicitated by Mudbidri Church on the occasion of Golden Jubilee, MCS Bank on its 100 years of program, and by Raita Sangha. Hereby I present Mr. Ashok Kamath to the gathering. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachita. Ladies and gentlemen, we have in the days our accomplished alumni entrepreneurs. Now I request the dignitaries on the days to felicitate them. Thank you. I request one of the entrepreneur, Mr. Dinesh Mallya, to speak a few words.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Chairman SMC Trust, Deputy Chairman SMC Governing Council, our Principal, Dr. Radhakrishna, our Professor Ramesh Bhatt sir, Nagraj, and all the dignitaries in the audience and students. Hope I echo the sentiments and express the feelings of all the dignitaries who were recognized today along with me. It is with great pride and humility that I accept, and we all accept and take into our stride this recognition from the great institution, Sri Mahavira College. I stand on the shoulders of my teachers who have inspired me to think outside the box, follow the dreams, and never stop learning. My gratitude goes to teachers who have inspired me to think critically, pursue my passion, and never settle. I remember the bashings from Merwade sir, Anantram Bhatt sir, and our physics teachers were cool as cucumbers. So we have learned so many things and from our teachers, and they used to feel the pain when the students in the class, they don't follow what is being taught, and they would request us to express or ask us to attend special classes. So such a emotional and attachment with our teachers, which always we remember in our daily routines and whenever we face the challenges in our professional life. And they have inspired us to aim higher, work harder, and we are grateful to them for forever to have molded us and made us what we are today. A huge round of applause for all the educators like professors, teachers, and staff of SMC. We are still in touch with some of them. So I would like to express my feelings for others who also deserve. It's not that we deserve above anyone else. There are so many deserving candidates, but it is destined that we are here and we are getting recognized. And leader, I remember John C. Maxwell's quote about leadership. A leader is one who sees more than others see, who sees farther than what others see, and sees before and act before others. So as regards to mindful consulting, I should never forget them. what set them apart from the cluster is they are mindful of their social responsibilities. They recognize the civic workers, distributed food and medicals during COVID period. They are in continuous engagement with our college, with leadership programs and training. Great initiatives, Mr. Sanjay. Really appreciate a good applause from for Sanjay also. And to students out here, I want to tell you all that entrepreneurship is not just about making money. It is about following your passion and turning it into something that can make difference to your community and the world in large. It is about using your creativity, ingenuity, and determination to create something new and futuristic. So don't be afraid, dream big, take the leap, and craft your own course. Thank you. Thanks for this opportunity.
Thank you for sharing your insights, sir. Volunteering is not just about lending a helping hand. It is about extending a piece of your heart to uplift others. The recipients of our recognition today have embraced this philosophy with open arms, creating a positive impact. As we recognize these best volunteers of Old Student Association, let us also reflect on the broader significance of their contribution. I request Mrs. Chetana Prashant to come over to the dais and to be seated in the chair kept for felicitation. Please give her a big round of applause. Now I request Ms. Sakshi of 2nd PUC Commerce to introduce Mrs. Chetana Prashant to the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce to you an exceptional volunteer from the SMC Old Students Association, Mrs. Chetana Prashant, who has graciously accepted to join on this special day. On behalf of our college, I extend a heartfelt welcome to Mrs. Chetana Prashant and express our sincere gratitude for her presence here today. Born on February 15, 1971, she is the eldest daughter of Shri Nemiraj Hegde, former Physical Education Director of our college. Mrs. Prashant's academic journey commenced at Jyotinagar School for her primary education and continued at Jain High School in Mudbidri for her high school years. Between 1986 and 1988, she pursued her PUC education at our esteemed institution. Subsequently, she graduated with a BA in Law from SDM College, Mangalore. However, her contribution go beyond academia. Mrs. Chetana Prashant has been an integral part of the social service initiatives of the Aditya Birla Group at Harihar. Her involvement in various medical camps in rural areas and her dedication to working with underprivileged schools showcase her deep-rooted commitment to making a positive impact on society. Furthermore, her association with the SMC Old Students Association spans 7 years, during which she actively participated in numerous events and functions. Her efforts extended beyond the campus as she engaged in college canvassing in and around Mudbidri for several years. Her generous contribution to the midday meal program of our college highlights her genuine concern for the welfare of the students. Currently residing in Kirtinagar, Mudbidri, Mrs. Chetana Prashant continues to inspire us with her dedication and service-oriented spirit. Today, we are honored to have her amongst us, sharing her journey and insights. Her journey is a testament to the power of education and service, and we are fortunate to have her as an example within our SMC community. In conclusion, thank you all for joining us today, and thank you, Ms. Chetana Prashant, for gracing us with your presence. Your commitment and actions truly embody the spirit of service and excellence that our institution stands for. Thank you.
Thank you, Sakshi. Now I request Mr. Prasanna Shanai to come over to the dais. I request Mr. Namrut of 2nd PU Commerce to introduce Mr. Prasanna Shanai to the audience.
Respected dignitaries and my dear friends, a pleasant afternoon to you all. It is my privilege to introduce Mr. Prasanna Kumar Shanai V, one of the best volunteer of the Old Student Association of our college. Mr. Prasanna Kumar Shanai was born on 23 March 1967 in Mudibidri. He completed his PU and BA degree from our college. During his college days, he took active participation in various programs, competition, and national camps. Mr. Shanai was very much interested in writing articles. In the year 1996, he started his career as a teacher in Government Primary School, Keria. Then in 2002, he was transferred to Government Primary School, Modumarnadu. From 2015 to 2017, he worked in Government Primary School, Jyotinagara, Mudibidri. Currently, he is the headmaster of Government Higher Primary School, Bannadka, Padyar. He worked as a cluster resource person in more than 5 clusters, and he is the only person in the state who worked as a cluster resource person for more than 18 years. Mr. Prasanna is an active member of Kalika Katri district team, Sarvajanika Ganeshostava Samiti, Mudibidri, Veera Maruti Seva Trust, Mudibidri, and also the members of Teachers Day Celebration Committee of Mudibidri Taluk. His service towards the society is also remarkable. Mr. Shanai is the founder of GSP Scholarship Fund and the founder of Blood Donors Association. He served as an election officer in Cooperative Society and Board of Directors of Sri Venkataramana and Hanuman temples. He also served as a presenter in various religious social events. In 2022, he got Shikshana Sarathi Award for the best CRP in the state. And in 2023, he got Karnataka Raja Kayaka Basavarshi Award. Mr. Prasanna is an active member of Old Student Association of our college. For more than 25 years, he served as the treasurer of the association, and he is very much interested in all the activities organized by the association. With this, I present before you a multifaceted personality, Mr. Prasanna Kumar Shanai, to this gathering. Thank you.
Thank you, Namrat. Now I request Professor Ramesh Bhatt, the esteemed principal of our PU college and the active secretary of Old Student Association, to be seated in the chair kept for felicitation. Now, it is the privilege of Ms. Anisha Vegas of 2nd PUC Commerce to introduce Professor Ramesh Bhatt.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am delegated to introduce to you an exceptional individual, a dedicated educator, and a devoted volunteer of the SMC Old Student Association, Professor M. Ramesh Bhatt. Born on March 17, 1955 in Mudbidri, Professor M. Ramesh Bhatt's journey is a testament to his commitment to education and service. He obtained his PU and BSc studies in our college, followed by MSc from Mangalore University and MPhil from Mysore University. Professor Ramesh Bhatt has 47 years of teaching experience. He started his career as a physics lecturer at Vittal PU College. Later, he joined our college as a physics faculty and served here for 21 years. Then he was transferred to Bandarkars College, Kundapur, where he assumed the role of head of Department of Physics. Subsequently, he got transferred to Sri Bhuvanendra College, Karkala, as the HOD of Physics and attained a superannuation in 2015 for the past 8 years. He has been serving as the principal of our PU College, where his leadership contributed to academic excellence and discipline. In addition to his academic achievement, Professor M. Ramesh Bhatt's enthusiasm for astronomy is truly commendable. For making the best use of astronomical telescope, which was not in working condition, serviced the telescope, which led to establishment to an amateur astronomers club at our college in 1985. Through this club, he was organized numerous astronomy and space-related programs for students and the public over the last 38 years. When the Old Student Association was reactivated in 1990, Professor Bhatt took on the role of treasurer and played a crucial part in its activity for 3 years, including the Silver Jubilee celebration of the college. He then assumed the position of secretary and has been a driving force behind the Alumni Association's various activity for past 3 decades. Professor M. Ramesh Bhatt's contribution extended beyond our institution. He served as the president of Association of Physics Teacher of Mangalore University for 2 years. In conclusion, it is an honor to acknowledge the remarkable journey of Professor M. Ramesh Bhatt. His dedication to education, his passion to astronomy, and his key role in the Alumni Association has left indelible mark on our institution and the community at large. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anisha. Now I request Mr. Binagraj to be seated in the chair kept for felicitation. I request Ms. Swati of 3rd BA to introduce Mr. Binagraj.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Nagraj P., a best volunteer of all student association of our college. Mr. Nagraj was born on 5th August 1981, and he is the son of Mr. Buba and Mrs. Mohini. He completed his primary education in Udupi, high school education in BRP High School, Mudabidri. He completed his PU and BCom degree in our college from 1997 to 2002. During his 5 years of studies, Mr. Nagraj has actively participated in NCC, NSS, and sports. As a NCC cadet, he attended CATC camp for 2 years, attended 9 state-level NSS camp, and he was the best NSS volunteer. He was very much interested in sports, which led him to participate in various events during his college days. He represented Mangalore University 4 years at All India level. These activities helped him to develop his leadership skill and for his further studies. Mr. Nagraj completed his MBA in HR from Mangalore University. Then he went to Bangalore and worked in 2 different companies for the 6 years. His dream was fulfilled in 2010 when he started his own HR consulting firm called Novo Tree Minds Consulting Private Limited. Today, he has 2 offices with operations in Bangalore and Mudabidri. At present, Mr. Nagraj is the president of Rotary Club Mudabidri. I feel very proud to say that since 2021, he is the president of All Student Association of our college and has organized a number of programs for the welfare of the students. Photography, reading books, and traveling are the hobbies of Mr. Nagraj. He is married to Sahana Nagraj and blessed with a son and a daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very much proud to have with us a multi-talented personality, Mr. Nagraj. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Swati. I request Mr. Suresh Shetty to come over to the dais. Now I request Mr. Daryl Siquera of 3rd BCom to introduce Mr. Suresh Shetty.
Good afternoon to all gathered here. It's my immense pleasure to introduce Mr. Suresh Shetty, one of the best volunteers of our Alumni Association. He was born on 11th April 1970 as the second child of Mr. Haryappa Shetty and Mrs. Leelavati. He completed his primary education from Government School Prantya and high school education from Babu Rajendra Prasad School. In the year 1986, Mr. Suresh joined our college for his PU education and completed his BCom degree in the year 1991. He was the president of Student Welfare Council of our college in 1991. During this period, the athletic team of our college backed the Academy and Mangalore University Intercollegiate Championship, for which his support was enormous. During his college days, Mr. Suresh actively participated in NSA special camps, Rangabharati Theatre Group, various sports activities, and was supportive to all programs held in the college. One of his articles, Guru Shishya Sambandha, was also published in the college annual magazine. After completing degree, he joined Pancham Distilleries and worked as sales manager for 12 years. In 2003, he started his own business and successfully running business from last 30 years in Mudbidri. Having great interest in social service, he has given a valuable service as president of Rotaract Club and secretary of Rotary Club. He has also served SMC Old Student Association as its president. During his presidential term, he organized various training programs for both the staff and the students. In order to unite old students, he contacted more than 600 old students from Bombay, Chikmagalur, and added them to Old Student Association. With the view of increasing student strength of our college, Mr. Suresh and his team visited so many schools and PU colleges, not only in and around Mudbidri, but also in Madikeri and Chikmagalur districts. Your efforts in strengthening the college and the association are priceless. We are honored to have you with us, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Daryl. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now witness the felicitation ceremony of these 5 wonderful persons for their service excellence. Meanwhile, I request Shri K. Abhay Chandra Jain, Mr. Sampath Samrajya, Dr. Radhakrishna, and Mr. Sanjay Bhatt to felicitate them. Thank you. And now I request Mr. B. Nagraj to reply for the felicitation.
Good afternoon. Probably I think it is lunchtime, so all of you are hungry, I guess. All right. So SMC Leadership Day. On this a beautiful occasion, we have many stalwarts, achievers on this dais. Shri K. Abhaychandra sir, then Mindful Consulting, the proud owner and the person who behind this, Sanjay Bhatt sir, Sampan Sabranja sir, and our college principal, Dr. Radhakrishna Sethi sir, and the most popular, Professor Ramesh Bhatt sir, and all the dignitaries in front of the dais, the students, the teaching staff and non-teaching staff of Sri Mahayura College. It is definitely a proud moment for all of us as an alumni of this college to receive a appreciation and recognition in front of the college and from the dignitaries. I think we are 9 of us received, and you made us feel that we did something in our life or achieved something. It's all because of the Sri Mahavira College and the guidance what we got from this college. Because the 5 years journey in this college is a lot of memories, as you say, golden memories of college. Definitely we already have all that memories, and that made us to gain a lot of knowledge and information, as well as what we need to do for our life. So that as we learn from here, and again, that made us to be connected with our college. We are still in touch with all our institutions, the schools, colleges, wherever we studied, and try to do something from our end, whatever possible ways. And we're trying that. And this encouragement and this appreciation made us to do more. And I'm happy all of us will contribute more to the organization, more to this college in many more ways. And thankful to all of you for giving this opportunity. In this beautiful day, I would like to tell you something. I think one of the session, Ramdas Kamath was talking about the opportunity in future. I've been in the same industry, being in the recruitment. It is very important for all of you to be passionate what you do and have an interest to do something for either for the society or for the college or for wherever you study, the schools. If you don't have that, then it is very difficult. So whatever we do, it is because of the passion what I have, because I always wanted to have my own business. That was a passion, and I'm ensure that I achieve something in that passion. I'm still continue to do so and try to do and build more leaders for the in my organization who can be and contribute to their respective schools and colleges. And I'm very happy to say that my 25 members teams are doing the same what I trying to tell them to be passionate. So they're all passionate, and which made us also very happy. And because of my interest to do something for a college and the society, which made me to take up the role in Rotary and Rotaract. So it's service above self. So we are trying to do our best for the society and wherever it's possible. So thank you so much for this opportunity and appreciation. I am representing all of you. So thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your insights. The next item on the agenda is prize distribution ceremony for the best participation by the current students. An exciting contest was announced by Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, wherein the students had an excellent opportunity to win prizes. And here are the winners of contest number 1, guest speaker unveiling, fun quiz winners held on August 19th. I request Mr. B. Nagraj to distribute the prizes, and I also request the prize winners to quickly come forward and receive the prizes. Pranamya, 3rd BCA, Vaishnavi of 2nd PUC Commerce, Ujjwal, 3rd BA, Joylin, 3rd BCom, Daryl Sikwera, 3rd BCom, Anisha, 2nd PUC, Sharanya Malya, 3rd BCom. Thank you, sir, for distributing the prizes. The contest number 2, early bird prize winners of best question contest. I request the chairman of SMC Governing Council, Shri K. Abhay Chandra Jain, to distribute the prizes. The winners are B. Prajwal Rao of 2nd BCom, Pranamya, 3rd BCA, Bharatesh Pujari, 3rd BCA, Daryl Sikwera, 3rd BCom, Manoj C, 3rd BCA. And to have won the consolation prizes, Sia of 3rd BCom and K. Nagesh Prabhu of 1st PUC Science. Thank you, sir. Contest number 3, Best Question Contest. I request Deputy Chairman of SMC Governing Council, Mr. Sampath Samraja, to distribute the prizes. The winners are Pranamya, 3rd BCA, Swati, 3rd BA, Vikshita Rima D'Souza, 2nd PUC Science, Sanchita, 3rd BCom, Sia, 3rd BCom, and Ujjwal Kumar, 3rd BA. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, all the 13 student performers will now be recognized, and I request Mr. Sanjay Bhatt to felicitate these students. Pranamya, Ujjwal Kumar, M. Sharanya Malya, Sanchita, Tejas Kini, Rachita Jain, Sakshi, Namrut, Anisha Vegas, Swati, Daryl Siquera, Joylin Anisha Fernandez, Henwell and Sunwalder. Thank you, sir, for distributing the Now, the last contest is contest number 4, the best of best contest. The most impressive of the 13 performances of SMC Leadership Day, including MCs and guest introduction. And the prize goes to Joylin Anisha Fernandez of 3rd BCom. I request the principal of our degree college, Dr. Radhakrishna sir, to distribute the prize. Thank you, sir. It is with great honor and pleasure I now invite our esteemed principal, Dr. Radhakrishna, to provide the closing remarks for this event.
Just 1 second before Dr. Radhakrishna gives his closing remarks, which is a small surprise. Many of you have worked behind the scene to make this event a big success. However, the people who were closest to us while coordinating this event, not to say that others have not worked, and we will be asking for a list from the college of all those names among teachers and students who have made this event possible. We will be recognizing them also within a very short period of time. However, two special people who were always there 24/7 almost to help with all the elements of execution, rehearsing with you, training you, putting this minute by minute agenda together. So we want to, from our behalf, give an introduction, sorry, not introduction, make a recognition to these two people. So I invite Nalini ma'am and Dr. Radhakrishna sir on this dais to receive a small token of our appreciation for bringing this event so impactfully together. Let me request Professor Ramesh Bhatt to hand this over to Nalini ma'am. And again, on the behalf of Old Student Association, let me invite the current president, Mr. Nagraj, to hand it over to Dr. Radhakrishnan.
It is only closing remarks. I do not speak much. Respected President of the program, Shri K. Abhay Chandra Jain, Chairman of our Governing Council, and other dignitaries on the days, and other dignitaries of the days, invitees, and members of the management, my faculty members, and dear students. Alumni Association is the strength of our college. Through Alumni Association, we organize several activities. Today, we have witnessed one such program. I take this opportunity to compliment the president and members of the Alumni Association for helping our students. SMC Leadership Program is the outcome of the wish and efforts of Shri Sanjay Bhatt, who is the proud son of Professor Anandram Bhatt, former professor of chemistry of our college, and he is also a proud alumnus of our college. And Mr. Sanjay Bhatt is the chairman of Mindful Consulting. To commemorate 7 years of its inception, this program is being organized in the college. He took a keen interest in organizing this program. He has done it very meticulously. I congratulate and extend my thanks to Sri Sanjay Bhatt for organizing a wonderful program. Today, we have witnessed wonderful talks from two top business leaders. Sri Indrajit Sen Gupta, who spoke on the topic, preparing for the skills that do not exist, And another talk by Sri Ramdas Kamath, who is also proud alumnus of our college. He spoke on preparing for Middle East career, do's and do nots. It was really excellent, which helped our students very much. On behalf of the students and faculty and our management, I compliment both of you, sirs. Sri Sanjay Bhatt did wonderful work in this occasion. That is felicitation of alumni achievers and student volunteers. Alumni entrepreneurs, we have with us Mr. Dinesh Mallia, Mr. Ashok Kamath, Mr. Praveen Chowdhury, and Mr. Ramachandra Pai. And alumni volunteers, Ms. Chetana Prashant. Alumni, Mr. Prasanna Shanai, Mr. Suresh Shetty, Professor Ramesh Bhatt, and Mr. Nagraj. I congratulate all of you and wish you all the best. Finally, this program is largely benefited to our students. Some students have got the opportunity to exhibit their talents too. This program became successful with the cooperation of student volunteers, technical support from Department of Computer Science, photography and photographer, and the technical support from Mr. Ramanna, our alumnus, and our faculty members under the guidance of Mrs. Nalini K, who is the chief librarian of our college and the IKC coordinator. I congratulate all of you. Once again, I thank Sri Sanjay Bhatt for organizing wonderful program in our college. The days to come, we expect many more exposure to our students. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Now it is the time for the presidential address by the chairman of SMC Governing Council, Shri K. Abhay Chandra Jain. Over to you, sir.
ನೆಲ್ಮೆಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿನಿಯರೇ, ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಇವತ್ತು SMC ಲೀಡರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಡೇ ಮಹಾವೀರ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಂದ ಈ ವಿಶೇಷ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಸಂಯೋಜನೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದರ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಹೆಯ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ SS ಬಳ್ಳಾಲ್ರು ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಮಾತುಗಳಿಂದ ಉದ್ಘಾಟಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಅಮೂಲ್ಯವಾದಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಸಂಜಯ್ ಭಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಆದಂಥ ಸಂಜಯ್ ಭಟ್ರನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಆಡಳಿತ ಮಂಡಳಿಯ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇಂತಹ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ದೇವರ ದಯದಿಂದ ಅವರ ಪರಿಶ್ರಮದಿಂದ ಬಹಳ ಉನ್ನತ ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಯುವಂಥ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಬದುಕು ಕೂಡ ಹಸನಾಗಬೇಕು ಎಂಬ ದೂರದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಲೀಡರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕು ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಇಂದ್ರಜಿತ್ ಸೇನ್ ಗುಪ್ತಾರ್ ಅವರಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡಿಸುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ರಾಮದಾಸ್ ಕಾಮತ್ ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗಲ್ಫ್ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಉದ್ಯೋಗವನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಜಾಣರಾಗಬೇಕು ಎಂಬುದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಹಳ ಸವಿಸ್ತರವಾಗಿ ವಿವರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತುಳು ಪದ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರ ಈ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಬದುಕನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಸವಿದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಅಂಥ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಚೀವರ್ಸ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ತಮಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯಿಸುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಸಂಜಯ್ ಭಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಟೀಮ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಸಂಜಯ್ ಭಟ್ ಸರ್, ಯು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಇಂತಹ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ತಾವು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. ಮಹಾವೀರ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಎ ಬಿಗ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಮೂಡುಬಿದ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆದಂಥ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಮಹಾವೀರ ಕಾಲೇಜ್. ಆದರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಹಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹಣ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ವಿಶೇಷ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು ತಲೆ ಎತ್ತಿವೆ. ಅದರ ಒಡನೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಪೈಪೋಟಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಬರುವವರೆಲ್ಲ ಮಧ್ಯಮ ವರ್ಗದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು. ಶ್ರೀಮಂತರ ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಕೃಷಿಕರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಹಾವೀರ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರ ಬದುಕನ್ನು ಹಸನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಸಂಘಕ್ಕೆ ಇದೆ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನಪಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ವಿಶಾಲ ಮನೋಭಾವ, ನೀವು ಮತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಾಗರಾಜ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಇವತ್ತು ರಮೇಶ್ ಭಟ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಇವತ್ತು ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಸಂಘದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಕೂಡ, ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಮರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಇವತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ರಂಜನ್ ಪೈ ಅವರನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಂಡೆವು ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆ ರಂಜನ್ ಪೈ ಅವರ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ವಿದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ HS ಬಳ್ಳಾಳರು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಉದ್ಘಾಟಿಸಿ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹರಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಇಡೀ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಂಚಲನ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ 6 ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳಿವೆ, ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಆಫ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್. ಈ 6 ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಂಚಲನ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಮಹಾವೀರ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನವರು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದಂತಹ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬಾಗಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಂಬ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಇವತ್ತು ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು ಇವತ್ತು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಪ್ರತಿಭೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರದರ್ಶಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನು ಗೌರವಿಸಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಗೌರವಿಸಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗೌರವಿಸುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಬೂಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಮಹಾವೀರ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಎಂಬ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ, ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ನಾವು ಹಳೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದ ನಡೆಸಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಲೆಕ್ಚರರ್ಸ್ನವರ ಸಹಕಾರವನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದಂತಹ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು.
Thank you, sir. With utmost respect and anticipation, I now humbly request Professor M. Ramesh Bhatt to propose the vote of thanks.
Play the beat to your beauty era with 1000+.
Good afternoon. As a secretary of SMC World Students Association, I am extremely happy to thank the persons who are responsible for the success of this special event. First of all, I thank guest speaker, Mr. Indrajit Sengupta, for his informative talk, which is very useful to our students. I also thank guest speaker, Mr. P. Ramdas Kamath, for his useful informative talk. I thank Sri K. Abhay Chandra Jain, Chairman of SMC Governing Council and ex-Minister of Government of Karnataka, for presiding over the function and giving us full support. I thank Dr. HS Ballal, Pro-Chancellor, Manipal University and President of Academy of General Education, Manipal, for his opening remarks and for joining us in spite of his busy schedule. I thank Sri Varadrai Pai, Secretary of Academy of General Education, Manipal, for his presence and support. I thank Sri Sampath Samraja, Deputy Chairman of SMC Governing Council, for joining us. I thank Dr. Radha Krishna, Principal of Sri Mahavira First Grade College and Secretary of SMC Trust, who is the main source behind this success of this event. Also, I thank Srimati Nalini, Madam Librarian, who is IQAC Coordinator of our college, and she was preparing for this, that is giving training to students, etc., from several days. Hearty thanks to you, Madam. I thank Sri B. Nagaraj, President of SMC World Students Association, for supporting us and also for receiving the felicitation today. I thank Student Welfare Officer Professor Harish also for his support. I thank alumni entrepreneurs Mr. R. Ramachandra Pai, Dinesh Malya, Ashok Kamath, and Praveen Chaudhary. Also, alumni volunteers Mrs. Chetana Prashant, Mr. Prasanna Shanai, Suresh Shetty for accepting the felicitation. I thank Professor Gurudat Nayak from TAPME for giving summary for the first session, for today's first session. Also, I thank Professor Praveen K, HOD of Political Science of our college, for giving the summary of today's second session. I thank alumni of our college, Sri Ram Kotian, Shan, and their technical team for their technical support. Also, I thank all the staff members of Department of Computer Science for their technical help. I thank all the trustees of our college, old students of our college, all the invitees, principals of sister institutions, my colleagues, and all my dear students. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. There is an important announcement. On account of SMC Leadership Day, the best summary contest has been announced by Mr. Sanjay Bhatt.
See, main person behind this is Sanjay Bhatt, and I wanted to tell you at the end, but it is left. See, key person behind this. See, I am extremely happy to tell you that his father, Professor Anandram Bhatt, was my favorite professor of chemistry in this college. And another happy thing is Sanjay Bhatt was my favorite student in this college. See, this event is so successful because of the effort and continuous follow-up by Sanjay Bhatt. From last several days, he was giving the required guidance, and he was joining us online for several meetings, several trials, and because of that only, this is full successful. So his company, Mindful Consulting, is very successful company, and it has completed 7 years. This is the 7th anniversary. So I thank him very much on behalf of our college, on behalf of our World Students Association also, for conducting this type of program in our college and helped our students and also helped all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. On account of SMC Leadership Day, the best summary contest has been announced by Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, wherein the students have to write one-page summary each for the guest lecture by Mr. Indrajit Sengupta and Mr. Ramdas Kamath. Exciting prizes will be awarded to the best summaries. The students must write the summary through MS Word and submit it to Mrs. Nalini ma'am on or before Monday 9 a.m. that is September 4. Also, the lunch is arranged in the AV hall for our invitees, staff and student volunteers. I request them to join us there. Now let us all rise for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभाशिष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदा